What the fuck is this? That. No, this. Bring this down. Doody doody doo 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 doo. Hey, Six, what's good, man? Why is everything taking so long to load the fuck up? There we go. Server announcement. That's Lapis's thing at everyone. We are live for a few. How's everybody doing today? Nihoy, me boy. What's up, guys? Hey, Julian, it's been a minute, man. Long time no freaking see, dude. How you been? Need reacting... Someone reacting to this. Type shit, type shit. How's everybody doing today? How's everybody doing? It is a Monday. I think we're all in agreement to that. I have done every single errand I have needed to run. SB Sage reacting to you, oh lord. Yeah. React to this. I think it'd be funny. So let me give you guys a bit of context before we jump into anything, right? My trip got canceled. I think the one I told you guys about like 2 weeks ago, that one got canceled. I don't remember if I like really specified it on Thursday or whatever, or was it Friday? It was Thursday. I took the weekend off. Was pretty stressed. Family reasons why we had to cancel. Everything is good. Everything is good. Nothing to worry about. But I figured, hey, fuck it. Why not? Let's. I'm happy you guys are doing well. No. Nothing crazy happened. We're good. But we did need to cancel the trip. That was a whole hassle in and of itself. I basically spent most of the weekend just doing adulting things. And now we're here. I did the rest of the adulting stuff I needed to do. Well, like 90% of the adulting things I still need to do. But I sat down in my living room for a while. Then I kind of like took off my outside clothes. I kind of just sat down in front of my computer for a bit. I actually turned on my computer for like no fucking reason. I was just gonna hop on, maybe play some Monster Hunter and fuck around. And I was like, you know what? Let me put up some YouTube. Ooh, hit the mic. Let me check out like some Kagurabachi and stuff. I checked out like the last chapter, but like recently I've just been clicking through the chapters. I haven't read a single thing for over like 20 chapters at this point. I'm kind of just fucking around with Kagurabachi. I really don't know why. It's been like reaching a big climax too. And then I start up YouTube and I notice this. And I'm like, all right, you know, why not? I saw a video saying reacting to Eon's video on Kaido versus Madara from Sage. I then got I did that. I know that like I've been getting like a couple more comments on like my Kaido versus Madara video. I've been like people been commenting on that a bit more. I guess that's still probably my most seen video. And I was like, all right, you know what? Fuck it, why not? As long as Sage is being respectful, I think we're gonna be good here. I don't yeah, Kagurabachi is pretty peak. I just haven't been, I don't know why like something took me out of it. I don't remember if you congratulated you or not on, but thank you so much, Julian. I really mean that, man. Thank you. Yeah, you've been here since basically like the start, man. That means the world to me, man. Thank you. That brought an actual smile to my face. But anyway, so I figured, fuck it, you know. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This isn't my best video. I'm still surprised that this video like gets so much shit. So many like views and stuff. I still get like a lot of comments on it every now and then. I probably feel like I should. Kagurabachi's ass. Who even reads that bullshit? Damn. Fuck. Who hurt you, Six? Who woke up and shed in your cereal, buddy? God damn. We getting meta with this one, yeah. If I had to be honest with you guys, listen, whatever kind of criticism I get for this video specifically, I'm like, you know what? I think it's completely fine. It's still around the point in time where like I was kind of still somewhat using like calcs that I got from like, you know, versus battle wiki or whatever. I didn't really like ever run through the math myself. It's probably your best video, the Naruto defending Fishman Island one too. That one was kind of like me just trying to make up for the fact that I kind of fucked up the the scaling for the whatchamacallit, for the Vice Admirals, and I was just like, let me get a bit more consistent with this one. Yeah, no, the Madara versus Sukuna one is definitely better. I do agree with that one. I feel like I did put in like a lot more thought into that one. With this one, I was still kind of like getting my grips around like the idea of scaling, and I guess just Kaido versus Madara was probably a topic I should have waited on a bit before I actually worked on. I can't watch Sukuna versus Madara yet because I'm not caught up with JJK. You're fine. I read the first 3 chapters when they came out and they sucked ass. That's completely fine, Six. You don't have to get it. If you give I feel like even giving a series like a chapter or 2 and like saying, yeah, this just isn't for me is fine. Although I will say it has been pretty fucking cool. I can definitely say that Kagurabachi is a series that, at least to me, it feels like its writing is closer to like JJK, with like how some feats are better portrayed. It feels like it's a lot more power scalable than other series, and I do kind of appreciate the writers of both these series for it. By the way, I think you got involved with a bit more storytelling into your versus battles, because the aspect usually attracts more views. Yeah, I was thinking about that. Actually, you know what, Julian, that's a very good point. I remember that, like, especially for like the Big Mom versus the Leaf video that I did, like, people really enjoy that aspect of it. I think part of it is I think part of like telling telling a story with the video itself does go a long way, even if I'm not personally into the idea of like making up my own little headcanons for things. But I think it's fun. I was getting hyped up heavily back. Yeah, no. I see where you're coming from, Six. Kagurabachi got very hyped up back in the day. If you feel like the build up wasn't worth what you initially read, I think that's fair. Daniel saying Kaido over the Naruto verse, and Six saying that's a cold ass take is so funny. Anyway, your YouTube channel's been getting slaughtered, Evil? Damn, that's crazy, man. Kagurabachi had leaks for chapter 1. Really? Anyway, you think my Kaido versus 5 Kage video is more convincing? Yeah, that wasn't a bad video. Although I will say I kind of want to recreate those videos just with like my current understanding of scaling. I think I can probably like recreate the videos in a shorter format and just make it crazy. Really make a response to your video reaction. Not to my video reaction, but to one of the videos that I make. Listen, no hate to this guy, honestly. I don't agree with some of the language that he used in that last reaction, but honestly, like, I'm willing to check out and see what he's got to say. I probably take all of this with a grain of salt, because again, I don't think this is like my best video. It's just the one that did the best, if I'm being honest with you. I'm still surprised to this day that, like, when I woke up that day and like I had like thousands upon thousands of views, I was like, dude, what the fuck happened? You know what I mean? But it kind of goes to show that with like YouTube, you have to, well, why else have you thought I haven't showed up in so long? I'm gonna be real with you, bro. Life is just a thing. I just kind of see like if somebody just stops watching my stuff, or somebody takes like a step back, or even from like the streams and stuff, I honestly, in the back of my mind, it's really just, hey man, life just gets busy. I don't really try to pry into other people's businesses that much. It's a pretty popular topic. Yeah, no, it is a pretty popular topic. Yeah. Luffy had the advantage of awakening and fighting a very nerfed Kaido. I don't know if I agree with that, man. I think Year 5's just crazy. I feel like going back into it, I feel like Year 5 would probably beat Kaido at this point, if I had to be honest. Very high diff fight, extreme diff fight, but I don't think Luffy walks, especially at Elbaf, I don't think Luffy walks away without a dub. But anyway, let's check this video out.
What the fuck?
Dude, uni sucks. Me and all my homies hate education. Don't say that. Listen, education is a very important thing, and you'll be able to do more with your life than a guy like me who essentially has to like bank on YouTube being his saving grace. What does this with this treasure I summon, really? What? Why are you acting like a fraud all of a sudden? I mean, you actually have potential. What the fuck? I love this. Ooh, I'm gonna send this one to the Discord server. 1 second. Let me send this video. Sorry, not video. This meme my friend Michael sent. I'm sending it to Discord. Let me see. We'll start up the video after I send out this meme. And let me actually start up Discord on my PC so you guys can actually see it as well. I gotta pass the memes along to the crew. As far as I'm concerned, Luffy hasn't shown any progression to say he even mid-diffs Kaido, let alone less low diff. I'm completely fine with saying it's a high diff fight. That's why I said like high and extreme diff. Like I'm not gonna sit here and like also glaze Luffy to the point where I feel like, hey man, Luffy currently like low diffs Kaido. I don't know if I would ever agree with that notion. At least until we get to, like, end of series, and that's if, like, Kaido shows back up, you're right. No divs, not... That's crazy. Discord is another thing I don't have anymore. Oh, that sucks, man. Well, hopefully it's for, like, good reasons, right? Sometimes people just want to take a step back from social media as well. I think that's always a fine enough reason. Can Discord start the... you know what? Whatever. I don't care anymore.
Start this up.
Let's see. A 3-day battle with Big Mom. It wasn't 3 days. Looking back at it, it wasn't really 3 days. It was more so like an entire night, and they kind of just walked away from it with no damage. A fight with the Akazaya 9, yeah, but they're kind of trash. The entire tribe of Sulongs, I don't know if the entirety of them, like, attacked them. I think only, like, the 2 strongest 1 and 2 of them were, like, the Akazaya 9. The 5 Supernovas, yeah, but they were, like, all, like, first commander level. A 1v1 with Yamato, yeah, but, like, Yamato only landed, like, 1 or 2 hits. And a 1v1 with Luffy 3 or 4 times. Then a fight with Gear 5. Yeah, I mean, sure. My laptop was thrown off a balcony. That sucks. That fucking sucks, dude. Whoever threw it out the balcony, I hope there are no... If somebody threw it just to, like, piss you off or whatever, just to, like, get back at you, even then, like, fucking with people's shit, I don't know, man. Who's genuinely the most overrated character in One Piece? Akainu, in my opinion. Akainu? I feel like, in a way... Well, the Admirals in general, but I also feel like Kaido. In a way, like, not overrated, but, like, kind of like, people think that, like, Luffy still loses to him, overrated kind of way. Akainu is nasty, but with the desk, he somehow feels more retired than Goku. Yeah. I don't know why people bring up Kaido fighting Big Mom. Like, there were 4 days between that and the raid. That's what I'm saying! What the fuck? I feel like Zoro's AP is overrated for scarring Kaido. I'm not saying that, like, I'm not saying that feat's overrated. That's a very impressive feat. But what I am saying is that, like, Zoro scarring Kaido once doesn't inherently means that he, like, one-shots anybody weaker than Kaido. Yamato, in my opinion, is his best feat is Vista tier. That is crazy. Yo, Bob is a hater, man. Bob is a hater. Yo, you're a hater, bro. Man, stop hating. Stop hating, bro. I've been seeing a lot of Boondocks with my girlfriend too. She's never, like, fully seen it, so we've just been sitting there watching all that stuff. We were watching the clip of Thugnificent saying, "Man, what did he make? What did he do to get them dudes that mad?" We've just been, like, quoting that the whole fucking weekend with, like, other shit that we've been doing. Zoroskar and Kaido it's not a garbage feed. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. All right. Anyway, let's check out the video.
Shit. Real quick, I don't have, like, no shade towards this creator at all.
Sure.
From what I've watched, he's really cool.
Hey, I appreciate that, man.
Interesting video.
Hey, I appreciate that. Wait, time out. Let's see the meme I sent you guys real quick. I want to check that out first before we actually put up the video. Thoughts on the Hockey Knots agenda? They're fucking funny as fuck, dude. If we're talking, like, sorry. I've still got a cough from that cold I got. If we're talking like the memes themselves, that shit is so fucking funny. Like the diagram somebody made of Kobe literally pulling off Garp's hockey knot inside his shirt. That shit had me fucking weak, man. I love hockey knot feats, man. They're so funny. Dude, what the fuck's happening here? What, I'm just not connected to the fucking internet anymore? What the fuck's happening here, man? Where the fuck won't Discord load up? Message failed to load? Alright, let me plug in my Ethernet. Wait, the Ethernet is plugged in! What the fuck? Fuck's this bullshit? Hey, what up, Jeff? I'm not gonna be online for too long, guys, either. Also, I named my Wi-Fi Thousand Sunny. Yeah, the Ethernet cord should be connected. Alright. So load the fuck up. There we go. With this treasure, I summon... Really? What? Why are you acting like a fraud all of a sudden? I mean, you actually have potential. Come on, man. This shit is crazy. Alright, what else? What did you guys... Who the fuck posted this? Bob, what the fuck, man? I'm not reading that out loud. Stud fee $1,000. multiple WC, RWC sire, foals eligible. What the fuck is this? Who the fuck made a... Who the fuck put a massive bulky horse and then named it that, dude? Live footage of Roger collapsing from terminal hockey depletion syndrome after pouring every fiber of his being into hockey knots for Shanks. Yeah. I love these, man. I love the hockey knot feed. I posted this one, man. This is so funny. Alright, that's enough of that. Alright, that is a horse. Yeah, I sound a lot better. I needed my girlfriend helped me out with like the weekend. Family situation kind of stopped the trip, so I'm like, fuck it. Which really only means that now I have an extra week to work on one earlier week to work on Luffy versus Naruto. So starting maybe not tomorrow. And I only say this because a friend of mine from out of town is visiting, and I probably am gonna see them. I'll probably stream early tomorrow anyway. They don't get here until the afternoon. But I will be streaming this entire week for Luffy versus Naruto, so you guys can also like look forward to that. But anyway, let's check out the video. That's enough of that.
Ideas, which I think at the end of the day is way better than like proving your point. Like, I'm here to have fun. Most people are here to have fun, and I think this guy is a fun guy. So no shit.
Oh, that's nice of you, man.
Leon's videos are always funny. From what I watched, he literally doesn't like traditionally power scale at all, which I don't know how I feel about, but it was kind of like interesting, I guess. I wonder how.
Yes, he is reacting to a video, Kaido versus Madara. Really just that. I'm going to put this at like 1.5 times speed, and I'm going to lower the volume a little bit.
How this even works. Like, how does the chain of the Geto Mazo's power from it doesn't, versus equalization is going to be thrown out the window, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's my username since I was a kid. Go. Yeah, that nigga is using it here. Before we begin with the video, I want to make a couple things very clear. This is shit, I can't read it. Before we begin this video, I want to make a couple things very clear. This fight is extremely complex if you are looking at it from multiple perspectives. Again, I can't read a 10th grade reading level. This is fast.
Same.
I agree with this.
Same.
The most fair interpretation of both characters while at the same time inputting different pieces of information that may or not come up depending. Yeah, there needs to be punctuation. This isn't my fault.
Yeah, no, that's on me. That was entirely on me. That was entirely on me. I can 100% admit that. It's actually too low for me, at least. I got you.
Widely changes the outcomes of this fight. This is fact. I need to start putting these disclaimers at at the beginning of my videos. Deciding on an outcome therefore becomes difficult. So yeah, just to summarize this, he's just saying that he's doing his best job possible to give a fair interpretation, but obviously he's not going to be able to make everybody happy.
Yeah. I'd be happy somebody actually read that. You know what? I will say this. I don't do these anymore that often. At that point, I feel like I might as well just explain it myself. At least at that point, I'm more likely to get somebody to like listen to me. But yeah, I do appreciate at least the fact that he's reading this.
Through my research, I came across some calculations that I won't be applying in the final result. I don't know why you would put them in there, but it's okay. However, if you do apply these calculations, then the answer changes drastically. Yep, 100%. But at the same time, I don't want to say you should be able to just eyeball stuff, but you can like eyeball stuff, come up with an interpretation, and then do a calc from there, which I think is fine. But like, yeah, calcs are kind of annoying. I'm not gonna lie to you, because most of the time it's just cherry picking which calc you think is the best, or you know, fits your agenda the best. If that makes sense.
I do agree with this. I do agree with this. Wait, what happened here? Oh, Six, you got a test? Wait, Six, you got a test, man? Never mind. I won't be there. I have an exam. All right, no, it's fine, man. I hope you have best of luck with your exam, dude. No, yeah, best of luck, man. Exams are something important. You should take them seriously. Come on, dude. Listen, the guy crashed out on one of his prior streams or whatever. Some people gave him shit for it. It's fine. Like, it's fine, dude. I don't want to sit here and call anybody a joke either. You know what I mean? People are allowed to have opinions. People are allowed to verbalize them however they want. You know, it is what it is. I did notice you don't use disclaimers nowadays. I don't. I feel like it's just better for me to like get the message across myself if I just word it out. It's an extra like 10 to 20 minutes of recording at worst. But like at its worst, because I just hate the recording part. But like, it's fine. Like I prefer like to speak it out just because more people get to listen to it anyway.
Because again, a lot of times they're inflated and it's people.
Hey, what's up, Migmo? That's a funny name. That's good, man. Hope all is well too, man.
Assistants cook. when coming to an answer because it can help better quantify certain feats. Yep, again, Cook, because like there's almost zero way of judging how these characters would stack up against each other without using like calcs or some way of measuring like their destructive output. So yeah, this guy's cooking. They can help reach a conclusion that otherwise would have been would have been vague. Either way, I won't be using them for most of the video, but I will leave a section at the end for them. Yeah, I'm really interested to see what he's going to do.
I do think the video aged a bit poorly. You didn't make arguments come across super well. That's the thing. Like, I'll definitely, even like, regardless of that, I actually thought about doing... Not thought about. I technically did try to do this in a stream prior back. I haven't finished Expedition 33. I don't want to beat the final boss without finishing all, like, the Nevron quests and without getting all the music discs. So I'm just fucking around. I do have to like sit down and actually do it though. I'll probably take some time out with my girlfriend at one of these evenings and we'll just get it done out of the way. It's just out of laziness at this point. It's like I know I can just walk up and one shot the final boss. I know I can do that. It's more so just having to do all the tedious platinum stuff just to finish it off. Dog, I want to play E33 since my GOAT KCD2 lost it. Gotta check the medal. Yeah, no, check it out. It's a fantastic game. Six put me onto it. I wouldn't even like play it if it weren't for Six. Like, it's a fantastic fucking game, dude. Fantastic game. It's peak. I almost fucking cried at one point. Yeah, the final boss is never something that like is meant to be hard, but like, yeah, no, at this point in the game, like, I can one-shot almost everything in the game. I just can't beat, like, the super bosses that they added because they're not one-shottable. But, like, that's basically it. Let's get on to the video. And I do appreciate Sage for, like taking the time to check this out again. Your on. Hey, man, thank you again for the $2.79 Canadian, man. I appreciate that. I really appreciate them, dude. Seriously. Thank you. W. Let's get some W's. All right, let's go.
Also, his 5 Kage versus Kaido video is good. Or yeah, I think I
does he really like that video? I don't really like that video myself. I don't know. It's one of those things that's like you put it out and then you look back and you're just not like the happiest. I gotta stop pausing.
I made a 5 Kage versus Yonko video back in the day that has like 100K views, and then I saw that and I was like, yep, that was a good idea.
Both fighters will be in character.
This video was made, Eon has completely switched up being completely against calcs. That's fine.
Yeah.
Both fighters will be in character, which means I will consider the outcome based on how they would most likely.
Yeah, that is true. Ever since this video,
bring this up in a video that me and Sage of the Cavs are going to collab on, and I'm going to mention how in character Kaido doesn't just fight like he has a controller up his butt like most people try to argue. I'm gonna read the rest of this actually. Given
if it took every award by a landslide, they must be doing something good. It's fantastic. Check out the game, seriously.
Good. I'm also using the movesets that they have displayed. I won't be adding any hypothetical attacks that could potentially be. Yeah, this is hilarious. People like to come up with all sorts of insane scenarios because characters have certain toolkits. Like I've heard arguments for Naruto just slamming like 1,000 Rasengans on the ground or like 1,000 Biju bombs on the ground, and he could destroy the planet like that. But like obviously Naruto would never do that.
And not just that, but like, and this I'm gonna mention this for like the Naruto versus Luffy video. Naruto never uses like the TSO like Madara or Obito. He never uses TSO like them at all. I don't even ever think that he ever has them on like the destruction setting. Or at least there's no reason for me to kind of believe it. You know what I mean? He uses them to like stop a he uses them to stop a Limbo clone from moving. He uses them as as like placeholders for like as like footholds to like fly people around like Sasuke. He uses them as like staffs to whack people, but he doesn't really like use them to like mold and shape and explode and do all these other things unless you're talking about like the tailed beast Rasen shurikens, if you want to say that they're also made, or you want to say that those are like TSO Rasen shurikens or whatever the fuck. I don't know, man. All I'm saying is like I don't know. Some people feel like these characters are just willing to do all this shit, man. Are you reading JJK Modulo? Yes, I am. It's fantastic.
So why would you even consider it? He brought up the plug into the controller.
Yeah. So consequences, yeah.
Clones can use any of the abilities that Madara can, then be able to use Chakra Absorption Dragon and rip out Kaido's soul from the other world, although I don't know how the interaction would exactly go down since he'd be sucking out his soul from another dimension and there's no precedent. Yeah, this guy is adding a whole lot of disclaimers. I'm just going to try to let him get into the video.
Yeah, just let me get into the video.
Yeah, he has no favoritism. I enjoy both of these guys about the same for different reasons. Yeah, right. Thank you. Nobody wants to have fun with shit. I had a dude in my comments the other day talking about I'm mad because Naruto, my little gay ninja verse can't beat One Piece. And I'm like, Brooke said it's also fiction. Often writers will include insane feats that wouldn't make sense if you apply our understanding of science and logic. Yep, obviously. But since it's fiction, they can write whatever they want, and at least within the context of their story, it's a fact, regardless of how impossible it may sound. Facts.
Two titanic villains that have been hyped up both on their own worlds, be it by sheer reputation for their overwhelming power or the fear.
I don't know what the fuck I was thinking about, by the way, when I made this board, when like I just didn't like cover the full board. I guess I was just afraid of like getting this shit covered. Getting this shit demonetized.
There isn't a lot I could say about Madara Uchiha that hasn't already been said. Since this is the first time I'll be talking about him in a video, I will go over some of the things.
Hey,
that
what's
make
good,
him an
Cynical?
Absolute monster.
You're doing good,
Before
man.
The inclusion of Six Paths characters like the Ten Tails Jinchuriki, Six Paths Naruto and Sasuke, Hagoromo, and Kaguya, Madara is without a doubt one of the top tier ninjas of the verse.
Fact.
He single-handedly took out the entirety of a platoon which included a clone of Naruto and 2 Kage. He fought the 5 Kage for multiple hours, and while using his full power, the perfect Susanoo, he absolutely no-diffed them.
You know what I really like about this, and I'm sorry
I
for
think
stopping
he
the video, but
also-
he's like hyping the characters up from like a story perspective first, which is like really appetizing for going into the feats, if that makes any sense.
You've improved a lot over time. I appreciate that. Yeah. It's more so like it's just kind of having certain fears of having like, how do I put it? For me it's more so like having certain fears of having the video get demonetized, like with the Gojo versus 5 Kage. It came out later, but like same point still stands of like getting the video demonetized because I put something. I was spitting bars into. I appreciate that. I don't know. I'll also kind of be going over my own video and like just seeing if like I really still agree with any takes that I have.
The Nine-Tailed Beasts.
That's the video that made you sub?
Guy,
Awesome,
and
man.
6 Paths Naruto
Yeah,
and Sasuke.
bro, he's kind of
There
like the
are
raid
at
boss,
least
just
3
like Kaido.
different versions of Madara that I feel are fair matchups for Kaido. EMS Madara, One-Eyed Sage Mode Madara.
By the way, let me just say this right now. These are not fair matchups for Kaido. These are listen. I don't know what Sage's opinion is going to be on anything that I'm going to say. I really haven't checked it out. As a matter of fact, when I put up the video and I was like a minute in, I was like about here in when I was like, fuck it, I'm going to stream this out. Listen, I'm going to be so fucking real with you, and I don't know what this guy's take is going to be. I'm not going to like comment on his shit, more so just comment on my own. But like, dude, well, actually, I can't say that. I might do it too. But like, dude, Kaido curb stomps the fuck. I unironically believe if either of these two versions of Madara fought Kaido, he would unironically just walk up to them, slam them down once with his Kanabo, and they would be splattered out in blood. There is no way under any context of logic, reason, or scaling that I'm ever going to believe that Madara Uchiha would have A, the reaction time, B, the speed, or C, the fucking durability to tank a single club swing from base Kaido without his body instantly fucking splattering on the floor like a little bug. Like, the current scaling for One Piece, bro, is fucking insane. I'm not gonna lie. After rereading through all of this shit, I really don't believe it. I'm sorry. I really don't believe it. Funny enough, someone wanted to hear about Kaido versus Madara, no powers. Dog, Kaido's like 50 feet. That's what I'm saying! No powers? What the fuck is a guy that is like, what, 5'9", 5'10"? Maybe I'll give Madara 6 foot fucking 11. What the fuck is he gonna do against a guy that's 22 feet tall, bro? 22 or 28 feet tall, something like that. I haven't read anything up from Bleach. The manga was so hard for me to like, and Aizen was so overtalked that I just couldn't take him as a memorable. He's not really he's memorable because of the time period that he came out in. That's really it. Kaido is the gatekeeper of top tiers in One Piece verse. Yeah. Guy that can slice mountains versus a behemoth that one-taps continent busters. That's what I'm saying! In base! Alright. That's enough of
And
that.
Ten Tails Jinchuriki Madara. I'll be going over any relevant feats or information.
By the way, I still think that Ten Tails Jinchuriki Madara's fit goes way too fucking hard. It goes way too hard.
Fight since Madara's...
Yo, I'm gonna be honest with you. If you think that Madara is like light speed, yeah. If you think that Madara is light speed just as an Edo, he's probably like cooking the shit out of Kaido. I'm not gonna lie.
It could be light speed for all I give a shit. Kaido's blitzing this bitch 10 times out of 10. That continent shattered translation changed your mind, huh? Yeah, no, absolutely. It didn't change my mind, more so it just kind of sort of like just let the floodgates loose. I usually try to be like not, I don't want to say the word is fair, more so I try to be like very, what's the word here? I like to be very logical about, like, I don't even want to say the word is logical. I don't know what the word, like, here would really be, or at least I just can't think of it in the moment. But what I want to say is that, like, I like to be kind of, like, reserved when I make certain claims and stuff like that. Even whether or not Kaido does have, like, continental feats, whether or not you agree with it or not. It's more so just that, like, once the actual Japanese translation, or at least the word says shatter, since it was, I think, did I take the screenshot for that? I'll just look back and see what the video was, and I'll try to see if we can, like, go through with it. But because that word specifically shatter is used for Don Chinjiao telling Sai that he should now be able to split the continent of ice, or I guess in this case shatter, it just completely told me that, like, all right, no, if it's shatter, that's an even worse fucking thing, right? Like, not just splitting a continent down the middle, but also like being able to completely shatter something that is tougher than metal. I don't know, man. I don't know. Shattering metal is way more impressive than like splitting it in half or even bending it or rending it. You know what I mean? So it just kind of opened up the floodgates for me and just said, hey man, if you had to rank Madara in One Piece top tiers like Yonko's or officers level, what would you place him? I'm gonna be so real with you. I don't know if I would even say Madara is. I would say at best, like giving him every bit, like I'm gonna say at best, giving him every benefit of doubt, Vice Admiral. Madara is like a Vice Admiral, if I had to be honest with you. Like at his best, I'm talking about like without Six Path's powers, I would put him at like a Vice Admiral level, unironically. He's really not that impressive. I genuinely do believe even Frankie can one-shot Madara if he wanted to. I genuinely do believe it. You should do a Ken, the Shinobi Alliance stop the Sumerians. Ooh, dude, don't make me do this. I really have to re-download all of JJK as well. So I might actually go back in and check out Modulo. I don't want to take too long on the Naruto versus Luffy, so I do want to get through as much of One Piece as I can as quickly as possible throughout this month now that I'm not going anywhere. Specifically just so that this video is done out of the way and I can move on to other things. I do want to do some game scaling, but I also kind of want to go back into JJK for a bit, especially now that Modulo is something that's worth talking about. EMS Madara gets slammed by pre-time skip Luffy. Yeah, I could actually... You know what? I could see some versions of pre-time skip Luffy actually beating, like, some of the lower-end Vice Admirals. I'm not gonna lie. I do think that, like, pre-time skip Luffy does straight up, like, fight on par with KCM2 Naruto.
Because, like, I used to be of the opinion that Naruto...
Like, if I had to give Madara every single benefit... I'm still waiting on Douglas Bullet versus the fourth Great Shinobi War. You know what? That could definitely be a video I do in the near future as well. I do want to do Expedition 33, but I do also want to check out I do also want to check out like Douglas Bullet. Maybe, I don't know, man. We'll see. Naruto versus JJK, I believe, has a lot more content. It also is like a lot closer versus even if people don't want to like admit it. At least without like the Six Paths shit, like JJK and Naruto are extremely close versus. I don't give a shit what anyone tells me. I'm tired of I'm kind of tired of it too. But I don't mind making like at least like one video in between, at least for the year, after Naruto versus Luffy. And I think that Douglas Bullet versus the fourth Great Shinobi War could actually be that. It's a bit different. It's an entire army. Nah, it's close. JJK is stronger. You really think JJK is stronger than Naruto? Like, with Six Paths? I think that like pre-Six Paths Naruto versus JJK is closer than people are willing to admit. Luffy unconscious at Marineford beats Madara. My source, I made it the fuck up. Type shit! That's what I'm talking about.
He didn't tell Six Paths, but my friend Sage at Dick Kaz recently, like, kind of explained the Lightspeed meta to me, and I'm kind of buying it more. Dick Kaz, meaning that Naruto characters didn't reach Lightspeed until Six Paths, but my friend Sage at Dick Kaz recently,
honestly,
like, kind of explained the Lightspeed meta to me, and I'm kind of buying it more.
It's something I have been afraid to say, but, like, there might just be an argument that, like, Naruto characters don't fully reach, like, movement speed, combat speed, reaction speed. They don't reach, like, light speed until Six Paths. That honestly has been a take that I've had for, like, a bit that, like... it's interesting to see that other content creators aren't, like, too against. So considering all of that, I think the last few months, JJK videos will be likely extremely get views and attentions. Can Teen Gojo versus Geto defend Gaara? Yeah, I think that would probably be interesting. Actually, it's actually not bad. Actually, would they be able to take on?
So yeah, I low-key think that Kaido's...
You know what? Let me write that one down. Let me write that one down on my personal
drastically
stuff.
changes with each version.
I was just joking. It's pretty close. But it is pretty close. I'm still doing research, and I look at the island to country levels. I have top tiers at mountain levels right now. They are faster, though. Yeah, you could definitely argue Naruto characters are faster, for sure, on an average end. It's kind of like a Naruto versus One Piece thing, where it's like, the speed difference can really matter, especially on the higher ends. Anti-Sukuna Squad is getting slapped by most Kage. Probably in a 1v1, probably. I noticed everyone switched to Naruto isn't Lightspeed either. Maybe War, which is true, only realized Bleach ain't Lightspeed at all. Type shit.
Since it was stated by Hashirama that Madara was regaining his past strength after he got revived. So even with the Rinnegan and Wood style, it's still implied that Madara is weaker while reanimated. I will not be using any Edo version because Kaido has no way of sealing him away. Unlike
Low key though, most One Piece fans will be like, oh, well, you can't equalize Logias because that's taking away from the verse. But when it comes to Edo, I don't know if he's a One Piece fan, but I bet most One Piece fans, when it comes to Edo, if that's on the table, they'll be like, oh, well, Edo's not fair because there's no sealing jutsu. Like, I think if you're gonna say Logias shouldn't be equalized, then you also shouldn't say that Edos are gonna be equalized. But that's just a little...
I think it's completely... I think that's actually a completely fine take. I think that's a completely fine take. One of the reasons why you guys usually don't see me put up, like, Logias versus, like, anything outside of, like, One Piece is because they usually don't... There's... I'm not saying that there's very few anime characters that can beat Logias, but what I am saying is that, like, out of the matchups of the series that I do know of, I don't know if I'm really comfortable with putting up that many Logias versus, like, other characters, especially without, like, a proper way of, like, taking them down, you know what I mean? I think that's one of the reasons why I also don't like talking about Edos, and that's why, like, in the Magellan video, I said if Kabuto gets the Edos out, it's GG's. There's nothing. There's just nothing there to say, right? Like, if he ever summons the Edo Tenseis, it doesn't matter who it is, they probably lose just out of, you know, getting overwhelmed by a bunch of fucking zombies. Couldn't harm an L. It's a wrap. I don't know if an L beats Goku. I'm not saying... I don't even think that he would, honestly. Almost any version of Goku. Especially from, like, any part of Z onward. But it's like... What the fuck am I supposed to tell you, right? Like, what am I actually supposed to tell you? Like, Goku has to blow up the planet.
Kaido, there are multiple versions of him that can be used for this fight, while Kaido only really has one version that has quantifiable...
They're bare minimum high-tier Akatsuki? No. I do not believe there is a single Akatsuki member besides maybe Pain that is potentially, like, country level, and that is if you go with, like, him wiping, and that's all off of, like, just the one almighty push that he can shoot out, because the leaf should be at least 20 kilometers in, the leaf should be at least 20 kilometers in radius. The leaf should 100% be, like, 20 kilometers in radius. So, like, have you read? Nope, not gonna read Hunter x Hunter either.
It's as of now. I have also
low-key, he has his dragon form and his hybrid form and his base form. Those are all 3 different forms with, like, completely different scaling, so I don't know about that.
Talked about Kaido extensively in my last video, but there is some information that I skipped over since I didn't think it would be necessary, so when the time comes, I will bring it up. The fights will take place in one of those wastelands.
People often think that, like, the Akatsuki are mountain level, and not to say that some of them can't be, right? But some people think that, like, the Akatsuki are, like, mountain level because they fight Biju who can shoot tailed beast bombs, but it's like, when have any of them actually been hit by a tailed beast bomb? You know what I mean? Like, how often have any of them have actually been, like, hit by a tailed beast bomb? Because you saw Kakuzu and Hidan fight the Two Tails. When the fuck did she fire a tailed beast bomb? Oh, you don't think that she did? No, I don't have any reason to believe that she did. Why would I? C0 is extremely impressive when you consider its actual properties. I calculate to be 2.1 teratons of TNT. Yeah, but I don't go by calcs, Julian, so what am I supposed to tell you? All I know is that it wipes out 10 kilometers.
Dragon Ball Daytime, the power systems will not be equalized, so with all of that out of the way, let's begin.
Yeah, because let's be honest, chat, like, versus equalization is just unfair, because like I said, it just takes away from one verse.
Yeah, it doesn't automatically make the mountain
so
level.
That the other hasn't.
Like, Deidara, I can give mountain level because it can blow up, like, an entire 10-kilometer radius, even though Kishimoto doesn't draw things in a way that makes it seem like 10 kilometers, right? That, like, Deidara's probably the only one. What does Sasori really have besides, like, poison? And the iron sand. Because, like, he shoots fire from his hands. Cool, a flamethrower's not going to burn down a mountain. Like, Sasori really is just relying on, like, the poison and the fucking puppet shit to, like, take people down. He doesn't actually have either DC or AP in terms of, like, mount level shit. What's the strongest character Magellan can defeat, in your opinion? In what? One Piece? Naruto? Like, what are we talking here? Because real talk, I don't think Six-Path's characters are immune to poison. No, I do get it. When you're considering its properties, it should... Oh, bare minimum large mountain? Yeah, that's fine as well. But in most cases, like, most Akatsuki members don't really, like, have that much crazy shit. I mean, Kizame's largest jutsu is essentially creating a giant water bubble. Kizame's most powerful jutsu is essentially creating a water bubble where he absorbs your chakra from. That's great against any tailed beast. B even said, I can't shoot a tailed beast bomb. Magellan loses to Moria? You think so? Huh. I guess that's actually not a bad take. Magellan versus Moria 6. Let me write that
Fair
one in.
advantage, if that makes any sense.
That's
Like,
actually interesting.
a lot of Naruto fans will cry about how Logia is
Wait, Magellan is tankier than Moria. Magellan is like way tankier than Moria. Although I guess Luffy never used Jet Shell against Magellan, so fair enough. Moria might just have Ass durability.
are intangible or invulnerable or what have you, because almost no Naruto characters have answers. And I think that's completely fair. I think that if you take
I do think Logia's and Edo's can be
invulnerability
compared.
off
We
the
can use
table,
non-Edo
then it
Madara.
kinda
We can't
makes
use
I don't know
non-Logia.
what you would call it. It kind of makes
Fair
the
enough.
whole
That's fair.
shtick,
That's
like,
fair, Memento. I
gone,
can see
if
that.
that makes any sense.
Just steals
you
his
don't wanna
shadow.
Take away someone's whole like narrative or their whole skill set that makes them
Yeah, but what makes Blackbeard Yonko Commander Plus before getting the Guru Guru no Mi?
who they are, because then we're not really analyzing
Oh,
them
okay.
for what it's for.
It's fine.
Same thing with like people thinking that Genjutsu should work cross burst as well, even though nobody has chakra networks. Like you can't just apply advantages to your verse because one verse
I'm
has
glad-
advantages over you. That's not fair.
I'm so glad even Naruto power scalers are like finally starting to agree that like Genjutsu probably wouldn't work. Between Sage saying this, Six saying this, and I forgot I think Six also did a video with somebody else. Might have been Sage of Thick Calves. One of these guys, the other content creator that he spoke with, they all basically did mention that like, dude, they all basically mentioned like, yeah, dude, like chakra network, you know what I'm saying? Like, are we really talking about this like crosswords? Are we really gonna, like, even with like verse equalization, are we really gonna give an entire organ to another verse just for like some shit to work?
Fair.
He
And
scared
I know
Shanks?
only
I
really
guess.
mentioned, like One Piece versus Naruto examples in favor of One Piece, but the same thing would probably apply to like
You just like getting anywhere?
Again,
Let's just
Edo,
check it out.
like,
Let's just see what happens.
Madarez and Edo and you bring
Yeah,
up
I'm
this
not too
debate
late.
versus
Great to
someone,
see you
and
cap
someone's
off my
like,
work
"Oh,
week."
well, I
Yeah,
think it's
nice to
unfair
see you
that
too,
he's
Drake. It's
Edo."
always nice to
I'll
hear
be
from you
like,
guys.
Well, no, it's not. Do you think that Logia should be equalized?
Always lovely
You know,
to see
do
hear
you
from you
think that
guys.
Hockey and chakra should be equalized?
All right, we get that.
Finally, someone said it. Yeah, I hate when Logan, he's using all of the versions of Madara, essentially. Finally, someone said it. Yeah, I hate when videos like this engage in narratization. Like, bro, just give me the facts. We all read / watched the series. Yeah, I kind of get what you're saying, but I like it a little bit.
Gets absolutely stomped. I genuinely could not think of a single thing that EMS Madara could do to take down Kaido, let alone...
Why? Yeah, like, this is where I paused it when I watched it initially. This is the problem with not having calculations. What reason are you giving for
He can
Madara
split.
not
He's
to-
stronger. He can one shot.
Like-
He can one shot a guy that can split a continent, and Madara doesn't have a continent feat. That he doesn't have a feat that even makes me think he's continental in the first place. That's why. Like, I get. I get what he's doing right now. He's not literally like trying to like think my video through without listening to what I'm saying. He's just kind of thinking like, okay, what's the logic that he's going into here? Why would he think this? You know what I mean? If bro gave the facts, the vid would be like 3 minutes. All right.
Like, you would have to establish Kaido's level of durability, speed, attack potency, etc. before you come up with a claim.
Well, not necessarily. You can establish your claim first and then go into the information. That's actually what I'm going to do.
Like that. I'm
Yeah.
really interested to see why he thinks that no version of Madara, like pre-whatever, beats Kaido.
hurt him. As I mentioned in my previous video, the most important thing in any fight is the win condition. Without it, there is no way you can win a fight.
Okay.
EMS Madara does not have
Sure.
any jutsu, at least that I am aware of, that
Yep.
can pierce Kaido, scales, or do enough damage to bring him down.
See, that's the problem, though. He's
This is
gonna
a
bring
list-
up all these techniques, and there's really not like a viable Duraneg technique.
Yeah.
Where you could just
Yeah,
like,
that's the reason. It's
take
that simple.
Ki out of the discussion.
Yeah,
altogether,
exactly.
But because
Yeah, that's the whole thing. What ability does Madara have? What jutsu in his arsenal does he have that helps him bypass Kaido's scale? It's not about, you don't need calculations for this. It's just, what does he have that lets you do this? Oh, yesterday Kubo said teleportation is fatal to instant death, and it was in talks of Kido that is special dislocation, aka instant death. And it was in talks of the Kido that is special dislocation, aka teleportation. That's, I don't know, man. Let's bring it. Remind me of this when we were having a Bleach stream, dude. What the fuck? Now instant teleportation in Bleach is death. Cool.
he didn't establish Kaido's durability and Kaido's AP, I don't think it's really fair to say nothing is getting through Kaido's scales.
I mean, it's not.
when Kaido's durability and people not being able to get through his scales is more of like an inverse thing. So that
Exactly. So I'm explaining. So here's the thing. I get what again. We know what he's trying to do, but that's where I'm like, maybe I can change up the writing in my videos in such a way that like I go over the information first, and then I go as to why my thinking is like that. I'll still explain I'll still explain my claim first, but I can say that like the way across this, I can see why it causes some issues. You could also upscale Kaido off of Zunisha, who was gonna knock over Wano's borders via Jack, who, if I remember correctly, was gonna rip Bro's head off. I don't know if Jack was gonna rip Bro's head off. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if I recall that. This is right. Madara should have a lightsaber to make it fair, and Iron Man Hulkbuster armor. It's just fair. Yeah, true.
That the story can function and so that Luffy can progress in terms of strength in a confirmable way for the audience. It's not like that's borderline a no limits fallacy.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Kaido can still... You can still hit Kaido hard enough to hurt him. You can still do that. You just have to go way, way, way beyond continental attack potency.
Kaido is so durable that Madara has nothing that can get through his scales, when in reality, the only reason that people weren't able to get through Kaido's scales in the One Piece verse is just because none of them are physically strong enough. You needed stuff.
Yeah, and if you allow me to go into the video, you will see that I'll explain why Kaido is so tough.
Like Haki to bypass
the Zou library, so you can look at it if you want.
To get to his organs.
I'll pull it up.
And then those were durable. But it just goes back to the fact that
not
some
here.
level of durability for Kaido in comparison to Madara has to be established, or that's
in the Zou arc of the library. Okay, got you.
Fucking Goku can't get past Madara's scales, as far as I know, because he doesn't have a jutsu that's good enough, or an attack that's good enough. You have to actually compare the two.
He basically answered, Kenpachi versus Aizen is not a fun fight. Why isn't it a fun fight? Why? Because either Aizen is too strong, puts Kenpachi under his Kyokusui Getsu, and it just doesn't fucking matter whatsoever, or because Kenpachi has so much fucking Reiatsu, or is hypothetically so much stronger than Aizen, that he completely ignores Aizen's Kyokusui Getsu and then just beats him and slashes him through. Or he can't even beat Aizen at all because Kenpachi's Zanpakuto only causes a stat buff, and it doesn't actually allow him to bypass permanently immortal motherfucker. Like, yeah, no, it's fucking dumb. Bleach fights aren't fun because he wrote it in such a way where characters who unga bunga can't beat characters who are immortal. I said that this is why I said what Kubo should have done, in my opinion, if you want to give Kenpachi a hacks while also keeping him to his fighting style and methodology, is just say anything that Kenpachi damages or rips apart cannot regenerate, or it cannot go back together. It maintains Kenpachi's entire fucking theme while also being an ability that only works if he goes unga bunga. Sorry, that's my only Bleach cash out. Sorry. Tite Kubo is a dogshit writer. And him saying that Kenpachi versus Aizen, two of his most fan favorite characters, not being a fun fight, just kind of validates that for me. But anyway,
terms of strength
of the jutsu that Madara has used on screen and in the manga that he could perform in his
Bro's
EMS
just 5 scaling.
He doesn't have Hashirama cells, he doesn't have the Rinnegan, none of these jutsu have the attack potency to take down Kaido.
But why? What? You're not
I'm going to go into it. I'm going to go into it.
Alone hurting. As a reminder, because Kaido ate the fish fruit,
I'm going to
mythical
go into
Zoan
it.
model Azure Dragon, Kaido's skin became covered in scales that increased his durability to unparalleled levels.
Eon, I love you.
He's just using like buzzwords.
Guys, wait, one second. I think I heard my door knock. Give me one moment, please. Guys? Oh, perfect. Oh, wait, one second. All right, my apologies. I had to go take care of something important. I was having a small chat for rapport. It's all nice. It's all nice. We got sent to Israel. Nobody sent you guys anywhere beam-related crimes? What the fuck is a beam-related? Are you trying to make a beam joke? Who called Ice on Eon is crazy. Ain't no party like a Celestial Dragon party. You guys are fucked. This man still ain't back. Alright, my bad.
To describe Kaido's durability rather than establishing a threshold at which he operates. You know, he could have maybe brought
May
up the
we-
fact that
That is absolutely dastardly work. Hashtag free bungas. You guys just went straight into making jokes. That's funny. Alright.
Kaido can blow up a mountain. I know that doesn't necessarily scale to his durability, or he could tank like an attack from Gear 3 Luffy, who can
Ooh.
punch a giant octopus.
Don't look
and
at
knock
chat,
out
don't
stuff
worry,
like
I'll
that.
leave
You
it be.
just mention that, but just for him to be like, oh, he ate the dragon fruit
Yeah,
and
you're
has
fine.
unparalleled durability, that's not really a comparison. That's just you throwing words out there to like kind of hype up the type of durability he has.
But maybe you could give me a second so I can explain why Kaido's durability is so good. Yo, please read a very intriguing question you asked. Bonnie was said to have her powers from an extraction. Does that mean the real Toshi no Mi is in Mary Joie? That could be very interesting, actually. Wait a second. That's a very interesting theory, huh?
Doesn't really take damage from conventional attacks or techniques.
But what does that even mean? What would you're not establishing a
Doesn't
criteria.
we're going to go into it, my guy. Jesus Christ. Like, as soon as somebody presents a position that you don't agree with, I feel like I just see people do this constant thing where it's like, maybe I've done it too, actually, where like they just let the person talk, man. I don't know.
Criteria for conventional attacks or techniques, and this is not to be mean or anything, but again, I don't think anybody can agree with this guy if he's not establishing some sort of comparison between the characters to make
Guys, do you agree with anything I've said so far?
this take about Kaido's durability being unparalleled compared to Madara True.
Give it a
The
second.
amount of force that is required to hurt him, let alone go through his skin, even in base, is ridiculous, nearly to the point where Eustace Kid was surprised to find out
Okay,
that he
well,
could
how
even
strong
be
is
hurt.
So give it a fucking dude. Okay, sorry, this is tilting me because it's like, it's not Sage that's exactly tilting me, but it's the shit that people like to do where it's like, you have to stop it every fucking second to wait for the person to figure out, oh, wait, yo, bro, maybe he's gonna go into it, man.
hurt
Eustace
by physical
Kid, and how
blows.
strong was the
The
punch?
best method to hurt Kaido is to either bypass his dragon scales by using an attack that ignores durability, or
So he's essentially saying that you need durability negation, but even then your organs have some
Yeah.
level of durability in like a cross first setting. Just because you can bypass someone's durability, like Law versus Doflamingo, for example, doesn't mean you actually have the AP necessary to like destroy their organs, if that makes any sense. So again, for him not to bring
Repeat
up
that?
durability in
out
okay,
that he
well,
could
how
even
strong
be
is
hurt by
Eustace
physical
Kid, and how
blows.
strong was the
The
punch?
best method to hurt Kaido is to either bypass his dragon scales by using an attack that ignores durability, or
So he's essentially saying that
Mm-hmm.
you need durability negation, but even then your organs have some level of durability in like a cross first setting. Just because you can bypass
Well, no, that is objectively not true. Your organs don't have a certain threshold of durability. In fact, depending on the verse, some may not. In the Naruto verse, their organs are weak as fuck. In the One Piece verse, Kaido took an attack that injected the damage straight into the inside of his fucking head, and he still got up from it.
someone's durability, like Law versus Doflamingo, for example,
Sorry.
doesn't mean you actually have the AP necessary to like destroy their organs, if that makes any sense.
But they did destroy their
again, for
organs.
him not to bring up like what their attack potency and durability thresholds are,
We're going to.
and skip right to saying you need durability negation, but Madara relax it, kind of seems unfair in my opinion.
using advanced armament / advanced conqueror's haki, which also bypasses durability. You basically have to destroy him from the inside out or hit him with an attack that has higher AP than his scales.
Okay, but bro, you didn't
We're
say
going
what
into
Madara's
it. What do you
AP
think
is,
of the
bro.
ACOC
So how are
coding
we
we
gonna
saw
know if
in
Madara is
the
capable of doing this
DR
or not? And matter of
Rocks
fact,
fight and how it
you're
affects
basically
top
just
tier
conceding to the fact
durability.
that you
What do you think of the ACOC coding we saw in the DR Rocks fight and how that affects top tier durability? Well, it basically means that you can essentially enhance your durability to a height so I guess it depends on like they did mention that the whole thing about like mass, and I guess it's more so like how much Conqueror's hockey can you really put out there in order to hit the person. You know what I mean? But I'm saying Reed was actually coordinates of Gojo. He got unsealed in 221, and the earthquakes at a radius of 1,000. Seems sure that's country. That's crazy. If one-tailed beast can threaten all 5 nations, then one Goro says more than enough. That's
You
crazy.
can get punched really hard, like Luffy punched him really hard with the Bajran gun. He also used hockey, obviously, but punched him really hard with the Bajran gun and knocked Kaido out. So you literally don't need to be like destroying his internal organs. As far as we know, Kaido's still alive, actually. Like, it's just a rumor that he's dead. So you genuinely don't need to destroy his organs to beat him. You just need sufficient enough force.
Right. And how do you justify... Here's the thing, I don't disagree with what he's saying, but like, how do you justify Madara having the attack potency to hurt Kaido through the outside of his skin in order to bring him down when it took an entire platoon of motherfuckers, in addition to a guy awakening godlike powers, while still hurting him from the inside out in order to bring down the guy?
Works.
Madara has neither.
Allow me to introduce
Again, he
the leader
doesn't
of
say
our
why,
delegation.
but
She's
whatever.
the
I'm a
closest aide to
brokey.
the
I'm a
sorcerer.
brokey. Yo, donate me $20, someone, so I can buy YouTube Premium.
There is no way to quantify his fire style jutsu, let alone the temperature, to be as powerful as Kaido's blast breath. Madara told Takagi.
I think he's kind of glazing at this point. Like,
I'm glazing because I said that. Wait, I'm glazing because I said that a blast breath that can vaporize a mountaintop is stronger than a fire style jutsu that burns wood? What the fuck are we talking about? Oh, but that's super tough ninja wood. Okay, how tough is the ninja wood? Sorry.
how would you... how... If you can't quantify it, then why are you making a comparison between...
Because even though I can't quantify it, at the bare minimum, it shouldn't be stronger, it shouldn't be powerful enough to vaporize mountains. At the bare minimum. You're just giving an actual fact the fire style is as.
I don't understand.
When they attempted to seal him with their combination jutsu, that he would respond in kind with his full power, being the perfect Susanoo.
Although I will say, and here's something that I will give credit to Sage for, he does bring up some good points as to that. I'm not really going into like the durability and stuff of it. Yeah, it does take a while for me to like go through all of it, but like I should be more consistent with the way I write it. So I do look at this also from the perspective that like, not so much for critics, but more so for like the flow of the video and how somebody who is going to actively, you know, try to dissect the video, how are they going to like perceive it? Because I know the information, but it's not like the person is going to know all the information themselves. Are you interested in Avatar: The Last Airbender? I don't know if you ever talked about it. Avatar as a series is okay. I watched it as a kid. It is fine. I don't cry for Uncle Iroh. I don't really care for the series as a whole in terms of scaling. I think the characters are fine, and I like the whole like spinning beads thing that Aang does at the start of the series. That shit's cool. Also, Sozin's Comet is kind of crazy.
sword itself.
Okay. He's probably gonna say that Madara is mountain level, which I don't
Yes.
disagree with. Like, well,
Okay.
I wouldn't say I don't disagree with. Like, he's probably closer to like island level based on this. I've seen.
Why would this put him at island level? Why would I believe that Madara can split an entire island by doing this? Why would I believe that Madara has the potency to destroy an entire island because he did this?
Some like country level stuff, like, you know, blowing away a bunch of mountains, like a whole
Well,
mountain range.
I shouldn't say that, because islands... I'm thinking about islands like One Piece, not islands like yeah, alright. Naruto Island, yeah, sure, right, that's fine.
With just the air pressure of your sword is kind of crazy. So I don't think this is exactly mountain level, but like,
Oh, sorry.
I'm gonna.
What was your last comment, Bob? I'm sorry. Oh, no, I did read this. In terms of Kaido and Big Mom, we don't know exactly when they like unlocked Advanced Conqueror's Haki. For all I fucking know, Kaido must have probably had it around God Valley. They both probably had it around God Valley for all we fucking know. I think it'd be a fair assumption. I think it also does go to add with their like durability, because you have to think about it not just with like their physical toughness. Even Kaido's like Devil Fruit, it's just like a third thing stacked on top. But like if they are also performing Conqueror's coding, that just means that not only do attacks have to bypass their durability in order to deal like sufficient damage, but you also have to have a sufficient amount of Conqueror's Haki in order to like, you know, basically cancel out that like Haki Berry. He can just shut up for 5 minutes and just listen.
Assume he's gonna peg this at a lower level than Kaido somehow, even though there's not like a real quantification for how much force like he's outputting. It's just, again, someone said earlier, bro.
Yes, there is. He one-shot a guy that can split a continent. He one-shot a guy that could literally split a continent.
Probably just gonna go off vibes.
Had enough power to slice 2 mountaintops.
Is Kaido
from a
Gyarados?
distance.
Yo,
8.
bro, when I do Pokemon Nuzlocke, I unironically name all of my Gyarados as Kaido. Yo, let's go, Kingly Logan. Get that YouTube premium. You're fucking lit, man. Let's fucking go.
Hey, happy
bro.
for him, man.
Yo, what a
Good
fucking
shit.
guy. Thank you, man.
Yeah, that's cool.
Everybody
You got
clap it
YouTube
up.
Premium.
Everybody clap it up for Logan, bro.
I'll give it to him. Yeah, that's cool.
Kaido
That's cool.
casually fired a blast breath at a mountain and blew both it and the castle away from a large distance.
Okay, I gotta hear this. I gotta hear this because there's no way he's gonna say that like the tip of Madara's sword, the air pressure tip of Madara's.
Yes, I do think a beam of energy shot from Kaido's mouth is more powerful than the force of Madara's blade. Yes, I do think that. Vaporizing is more impressive than splitting. People want to always bring up how Don Chinjiao and Sai only split a continent. Sure, okay. And Kaido and Madara only split a fucking mountaintop off. So yeah, I do think a blast breath is stronger. It might show how durable Luffy himself is. I agree.
Sword destroying a mountain range is a worse feat than Kaido like vaporizing a mountain because
It's not a mountain range. He cut 2 mountaintops. It's not a mountain range. He cut 2 mountaintops that were close to each other.
Biju literally vaporizes mountains, and Madara is stronger than them. Or at least
No, he said that his Susanoo is as powerful as a tailed beast. And we all know for a fact that the Ninetales is the strongest of the tailed beasts. If anything, Madara would know the difference between the Ninetales and the other tailed beasts. So, no, Madara Susanoo, I don't even have to agree with it being as powerful as the Ninetales.
at least it's
That
Susanoo.
means Kaido's blast breath and Madara Susanoo's sword swings should be at least comparable.
Okay, I
Kaido
don't
himself
I
tanked
don't
his
hate that.
own
Okay, yeah?
blast breath
But
for
again,
having
I
it
think
against-
for you, I think that's kind of a
What?
surface level comparison. I'm not gonna say I'm
Yeah,
above
it's
it
surface
because-
level. It's surface level because I don't have much to go off of. That's why I don't use calcs. I'd rather leave at least a little bit of ambiguity, because at the end of the day, power scaling isn't about trying to literally, at least to me, isn't about trying to literally figure out how powerful a character is. You're never going to be able to truly figure out how directly powerful a character is unless the author is giving you as much information as possible. Unless they wrote a series that is essentially quantifiable in terms of every single aspect. It's not possible. I like the ambiguity because whether or not you think a Madara Susanoo slash is as powerful as a blast breath, first of all, you want that to be the case. You actually would want a Susanoo sword slash to be as powerful as a vaporizing beam. It's not a downplay on the Susanoo blade, it's an upscale for it, if anything. It also creates then an issue. Where, like, at least that way you have an argument for Madara. At least you have an argument that if Kaido were to shoot a blast breath, Madara can parry it with an air slash. Otherwise, no, the air slash just fucking does nothing. What is it gonna do against Kaido? What the fuck is an air slash that cuts mountaintops gonna do against Kaido? The guy could tank a punch that is stronger than a guy's kick who can split a continent of ice that is tougher than metal. And the Japanese translation says shatter. What the fuck you want me to say here? Wait a second. Is that Straw Hat? Is that Straw Hat Aura? Hey, what's up, man? Madara Deadass took the top off of a few mounts and he's bare minimum top 3 glazed in Naruto. Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Wow. I streamed I watched your video, then saw a video of this guy reacting to your video, and now you're here. That's funny as fuck. How you doing, man? I had a guy once saying power scaling is an art and debate is a battle of wits. Yeah, no, that dude needs to put his fucking fedora away. Listen, I like power scaling. It's a fun little hobby and it's an interesting thing. And you can take it to whatever extent you want to take it to, right? But at the end of the day, you know, I got copyright strike because he didn't like the words I chose. Feels bad, man. Oh, unfortunate state of affairs, dude. Unfortunate state of affairs. But hey, I mean, you still put out a pretty decent video. Not gonna lie. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, no, just take power scaling as seriously as you guys wanted to. There's no rules on this shit technically, right?
My Naruto versus Luffy video, well, not Naruto versus Luffy, but Luffy versus the Naruto Gauntlet video, I bring up how Luffy one-shotting the Lord of the Coast is like a KN0 Naruto feat, considering KN0 Naruto.
What the fuck? A KN0? What did KN0 Naruto do? punch a guy through a block of ice that Sasuke's weak-ass fire style couldn't melt? Why should I believe that the fireball jutsu is even remotely strong? The thing is like 0-7. The fire style jutsu is 0-7 in terms of getting anything done. Its best feat is holding Naruto down while he's literally grabbing it with his hand so Sasuke could land a Chidori that did no damage. The fuck are we talking about?
Naruto was like struggling to beat up a snake summon. So again, I'm not like above surface level comparisons. This, as long as he's consistent with within his own logic, I don't mind. So I guess that kind of explains his earlier statements. But at the same time, I low-key think that Madara's feat is a bit more impressive than Kaido.
How is Madara's feat a bit more impressive? What's slashing mountaintops off? Oh, but it's the force of the slash of the blade, bro. It's just the slash of the mountain blade. That's how powerful his sword can swing. Cool, and Kaido shot that beam casually. He also shot straight through an island, so what do you want me to fucking... I didn't even use the island one feat. This is what I mean when I said that, like, this video isn't my best work. I've missed so much shit for Kaido that would have unironically... Those mountains contain black holes, obviously. No, they were made out of... No, those mountains are made out of the ore that they use to make black blades. What do you think Mihawk got his black blade from? What do you think the ore from Mihawk's painted black blade comes from? It comes from those mountains. Madara slashed 2 Black Blade mountains, essentially. Madara's above all Black Blade's users. I'm sorry. That's just the facts of it, guys. That's how powerful these Naruto characters are, man. Madara is above all Black Blade's user because he literally slashed the mountain where the minerals that the Black Blades are made out of come from, man. That's what I'm saying. Those were ninja mountains, amped with subtle levels of 6 Sage Chakra. Of course! I will probably never will. People have been hateful and disgusting. Sage is one of many. One-shotting the Sea Beast is a KCM 2 level feat. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. How's it going, Pej? Hope you're doing well. How bad is this reaction video? It's okay. Okay, and there's still no proof he's awakened. He tried to awaken. Okay.
Kaido's blast breath, but I don't think Kaido's blast breath is necessarily representative of like his true power, if that makes any sense.
So wait, okay, wait. That's so contradictory, right? So you're saying that the blast breath isn't... You're saying that Madara's slash is more impressive than Kaido's blast breath, even though the blast breath isn't like a true sign of like Kaido's power? So then what's the issue here? Me saying that they're relative is if anything a good thing for Madara.
Like in my opinion, Kaido splitting the sky with Luffy is probably more representative of like the versus AP, if that makes sense. Like they're able to split the sky, and if you anchor the sky split to the island in terms of like reference for the size, then sky splits are like large island level, which I think is consistent with the One Piece versus power.
Sent back to
You
him.
think they're only large island level is crazy. No wonder you have issue. No wonder you have issues with my video. You think One Piece is large island level? They've been country, and Nell's been country level since fucking Skypiea, my guy. Nah, being serious, that mountain feat is pretty impressive due to the fact that it's a shockwave and the rage is extreme. The physical slash must be crazy strong. I don't disagree with the physical slash being crazy strong. And I don't disagree with the notion that Madara Susanoo could easily cleave through mountains. That is completely fine. Actually, I think that's a completely fair estimation for how powerful Madara Susanoo could be, especially if he's comparing it to Tailed Beast that can just basically blow up the mountains. Like, a slash of Madara Susanoo, just the physical raw force of the blade, being able to, like, what, let's say, split 2 mountains straight through, I think that's completely fine. But here's the thing, that's still a mountain-level fucking feat!
So he's
Tier
low-key
5
lowballing.
Luffy. Comedic effects aside, he also
He unloved
immediately shrugged
beings.
it off with 0 residual damage.
Yeah.
We also
Wait, what the fuck did he say?
Which I think is consistent.
Hold on. What the fuck did he say? What Whoa. What was that? Wait, what was that mean with the Leonardo DiCaprio? wait, let me pull it up. Real quick. Let's see. I think I caught something. Leonardo DiCaprio whistle meme.
Here I come.
Oh,
Here I come.
Okay, I put up the CC up.
Beast versus power.
sent back to him
So
by
he's
Tier
low-key
5
lowballing.
Luffy. Comedic effects aside, he also
He unloved
immediately
beings.
shrugged it off with 0
You heard it? You heard that? You heard that? Fuck. Alright. One more time.
comedic effects aside, he also
He unloved
immediately
beings.
shrugged it off.
He said Eon loves beans! No way this joke fucking went to another fucking community streamer. That's crazy.
with 0 residual damage.
Yeah.
We also know that it's possible to force the user out of
All right, you know what? Leave it to Oda. Someone in the stream knew. Mark my words, Kaido and Big Mom are coming back. That's crazy.
Susanoo with
Yo,
both strength.
imagine Kaido just Thunderboggwas fucking Madara out of the Susanoo. That would be hilarious.
No, he would easily do that. He would 100% do that.
alone, as Jigen did to adult Sasuke, and Kaido has a habit of going for the head. Even if you
He
could
has
argue
a
that
habit of going for the head.
Yeah, he-
Really? I don't know about that, bro. I think that's kind of like unprovable. Habit of going for the head.
Sasuke and Kaido
Hits Luffy in the head. Hits Yamato in the
has a
head.
habit of
Hits Luffy in the head again. Essentially, yeah, no, someone else can explain that to you.
going for the head. Even if you
He
could
has
argue
a
that
habit of going for the head.
Yeah, he does have a
Really?
habit of going for the head. Yeah, he does.
What instances he cited?
Jigen did to adult Sasuke, and Kaido has a habit of
So him tagging people in 3 instances in their head is like grounds to establish that in character he targets people's head. I don't know. I just think he swings his fucking club like a baseball bat. That's all
Yeah,
I
and he
think
hits them in the
happens.
head. Yes, he hits them in the head. How often does Madara go straight for people's heads? How much would it be an how much would it being an air shock would upgrade the strike potency? I can't tell you that because again, I don't know how much stronger Kishimoto would fucking make that. If Kishimoto showed Madara's Susanoo slashing through a fucking countryside or through a fucking island, I can tell you how much stronger it makes his Susanoo blade, but it doesn't. All I can tell you is he throws the sword slash is stronger than mountain level. How much? I can't fucking tell you. Could it be island level? Could it be mountain range level? Could it be, I don't know, a continental? I don't fucking know. All I know is that it is at least mountain level, and that's all I care about.
Yeah, I think it would be pretty funny if he just, pulled up on fucking Madara and knocked him out of the Susanoo.
Also, for context for the bean joke, there was an old meme from, like, a guy watching, the Cars 2 movie, and some kids were, like, in the background saying, yo, this dude is eating beans. I made a joke with my friends, on PlayStation years ago about, like, if you eat beans, you're essentially being like a moron, like an idiot, like a dumbass, like, oh bro, why the fuck did you do that? Like just some real chop shit, some real silly antics type shit. You're just being like an annoying ass motherfucker. So when you say someone's eating beans, you're basically saying like you're being a dickhead. That's crazy. These arguments are horrid. He doesn't go for the head, he swings the bat around. Huh? Kaido isn't planetary, drinks alcohol argument. That's crazy. You think Madara can take out Mahoraga with no knowledge of the adaptation? Fuck no! Fuck no! If Madara uses a Susanoo blade, if Madara doesn't go straight into like the perfect Susanoo and blast Mahoraga to Kingdom Come right there and there, I have no reason to believe he can fucking do it. Sukuna essentially had to create a giant pressure cooker that wiped out 140 meters worth of objects, buildings, metal, everything, just laid it down to waste in order to one-shot Mahoraga. Madara's fire style jutsu burns giant tree roots. What the fuck do you want me to say to that? He has to perfect Susanoo it immediately or else it adapts to the Susanoo itself and it just fucking takes him out. Dude, have you ever watched... No, I'm not watching the Killer Bee movie. These arguments are definition
going
cope.
for the head. Even if you could argue that Kaido somehow doesn't have the striking power to force Madara out of his perfect Susanoo by attacking the head, he should be able to inject his haki through the headpiece with advanced armament haki and still cause damage.
That's
This,
true.
I will say I was
I
wrong.
don't mind that. I wonder how like durable he thinks Naruto characters are, because
Do you think Madara's tanking a fuck... Alright,
deal with
that's
you.
crazy.
I don't think Naruto characters are durable without using like chakra to protect themselves.
Alright, that's fair.
That's the whole idea behind the perfect Susanoo.
Fair
Like,
enough.
If Madara was as durable as the perfect Susanoo, then he should just, walk around normally, but he's not. So low key, if Madara gets hit by like one conqueror's sword attack, he
Dude,
might
have
just
you should, you're gonna love it. Fuck no, I'm not watching Killer Bee, bro. I'm not watching that shit, bro. No bean intake in this household. The video's kind of low.
explode and fucking die. But again, you would have to prove who's faster at that point for anything to matter. Which
I think I probably do prove who's faster.
again, if you think that the Raikage is less
I'm wrong on it because there's technically never a statement or an implication that Kaido does have advanced armament, haki, internal destruction. There's no implication of it within the series, at least, that like verbatim says it or proves it. It was technically my headcanon. When somebody brought that up and I couldn't think of a way to like if when somebody brought that up and I couldn't like find a scanner or whatever that implies Kaido, I mean it's kind of, you can argue it's narratively implied because Kaido is a master of haki. Why the fuck wouldn't he have internal destruction? But there's no statement that's ever says, oh yeah, Kaido can also use internal destruction, right? So fuck am I supposed to use?
speed, you could low-key get Madara like FTL plus, and I don't think Kaido is like in the MFTL tier, so I think they're both pretty comparable in speed. It might be a really
Topics like battle IQ really do matter, in here's the thing, battle IQ is one of those things that's completely unquantifiable. Most of the time it's going to be who you simply think is smarter, and I just don't even like going into that whole can of worms, because it's like at that point I'm just saying, well, at that point we're just comparing apples to oranges. Well, Madara was toying around and he's able to figure out XYZ. Yeah, but Sukuna, we literally see Sukuna's thought process during the entirety of a fucking fight. When it's like to the extent of JJK, where like you literally see text boxes and excerpts of the characters thinking through an entire fucking scalable fight, and them seeing like, okay, they can do this, and that. I have to keep track of all of these abilities. I can handle all these things, and I can copy an ability by seeing it once. Like, when you have that level of comparison versus like, well, I'm testing a hypothesis there, I'm working things within the context of the verse, like, it just muddled these things up, so I'd just rather not even talk about it. It's just, it's a lot of like, subjective opinions at that point. With JJK characters versus like Naruto or even Dragon Ball characters, I would say you can probably argue battle IQ is higher, but then there's also shit like Goku figuring out hits, time skip, and how to perfectly counter it off of one go. So it's just a complete fuck shit show of like who you honestly think is more impressive, and at that point at that point you might as well just bring up, this is what they did, this is what you think. At that point it's up to you. That's basically what I can say to that.
good fight, but again, if Kaido even hits Madara one time, it's gonna be really bad.
So
for
you're
him.
reacting to the reaction or a video, yeah, something like that. Yeah.
But let me get through the rest of this.
Style
Yeah.
jutsu come even remotely close to this level of devastating power.
That's
He does
technically
have shadow
not
clones, but he never
Juranex.
Why you
displayed the
retract the
ability to use
message, bro?
Susanoo with the shadow clones.
Oh shit, low key, I didn't even think about this. Like Madara, he could literally just fucking jump Kaido with 15 wood clones, all with Susanoo, and if he even like is in danger of losing,
Yeah.
he just uses Izanagi and comes back to life. So he at least has a redo if he dies. I don't know if
Against the One Piece opponents, can even the latter unplug the controller? They spam jutsus till death. Yeah, I guess.
I don't know if that changes the outcome overall, but
Yeah.
again, I think I need to hear a little bit more.
Only with wood clones. Even then, he has never shown the capability to be able
23?
to create shadow
23,
clones
let's go.
that
Everybody
can use
spam up chat.
perfect Susanoo. Or else, why wouldn't he have just used it against Hashirama in their battle to the death?
Hold
He
on,
can't
what
really
did he
use
say?
Genjutsu. Even then, he has never shown the capability to be able to create shadow clones that can use perfect Susanoo.
Okay,
Or
facts.
else, why wouldn't he have just used it against Hashirama in their battle to the death? He can't really use Genjutsu on Kaido because Kaido doesn't have
Okay, so he's cooking here, guys. Like, I don't know if anybody's aware. Like, let me go.
Motherfucker can't jump that high, bro. Kaido's like 20 feet tall. I think Madara can probably jump over Kaido at least. Kaido can stand still and wait for Madara to run
Here to
dry.
my shit. Oh, I'm already on Chrome. Yo, I'm so slow, guys. What is that called? I think I have it in my
Alright. I don't need to go through him explaining.
Yugito,
Yeah.
not Yugito. Currently, bro, like come around. I was under the assumption that the Japanese term gotokai or gotoki, I forgot which one it really is, means like a metaphorical comparison.
Yeah,
But again,
it's
my
a
friend
simile.
Sage of Thick Calves explained to me that it's a categorical, like literal comparison, and that you would have to go case by case to like prove that each one is given all like. Yeah, and a jutsu wasn't.
senses. Kaido does not have chakra, therefore it should not work.
Yeah, dude's saying Jiraiya doesn't know what he's talking about. Yeah, they never read the series. They're just trying to push up an agenda. Like,
I disagree with some of his reasonings here and there. He and I agree with some things on other points. It's fine. I'm not. I mean, listen. The guy listen. I'm reacting to the extent of this guy thinks that that One Piece characters are like large island level at best. What do you want me to say to that? I'm sorry, buddy. You're wrong. I hate you. No, I just yeah, he thinks One Piece characters are island level. I'm just waiting for the portions where like he's gonna say Kaido isn't that strong. I don't know, man. How can Sage say that after the mess of an argument he made? I
I
don't
could
know.
see why they think that, because I used to think that Genjutsu wasn't limited to the Narutoverse, but like all the evidence points to the fact that you need a chakra system for someone to manipulate in order for Genjutsu to even work. So I don't see why Jiraiya would be wrong. Like, again, most people will bring up the fact that Sharingan Genjutsu can control Manda who apparently doesn't have any chakra, even though Gamabunta states he himself has chakra, as well as the fact that like Shisui says something in the Itachi Shinden novel, but I just showed it to you guys. He literally says the exact same thing as Jiraiya, which is you control people with Genjutsu through your cranial nerves. So again, they're just
I don't
gabbing
know.
and trying.
I don't
to
know if
say
you
that
said.
Naruto
I
is
haven't
strong
read
for
the
no reason,
story. I don't
or
know.
just
I don't.
trying to
Maybe I
act
just
like
didn't pick up
Naruto
on that.
characters are unbeatable. But just going off of this, this is like. This shit basically says he's light speed, not sub-relativistic. Sub-relativistic would be like anywhere between like 2 to 10% the speed of light.
That's actually also incorrect. Sub-relativistic would actually be below the speed of light. Relativistic is anywhere between 1% to 99% the speed of light. That's relativistic. Then light speed is basically light speed onward.
Like no way.
Well,
he's
light speed,
sub-relativistic
then
if
you
you
have
go off of
FTL.
this.
Anything that's like...
Going at full speed and with Anoki on his back. However, they seem to be capable of landing plenty of hits on him, and A was never hard blitzed by Madara.
Does he not understand that Madara is literally treating them like children in this?
What does it matter if he was treating them like children if he never blitzes A and he never dodges a hit? What? You can use whatever logic, you can try to explain whatever the fuck you want. He never dodges, he never blitzes A. He never outspeeds him. What do you want me to tell you?
Quite literally refers to them as children when he pulls out the Susanoo and says what adult goes all out against fucking
Yes,
kids. So
he never dodged
I
them,
don't think
but
citing
he never
A,
dodged him.
with like Anoki amping him is a good representation of Madara's speed.
I think it's actually a
considering-
fantastic representation of Madara's speed because it does give us an idea that Madara cannot move at faster than light speeds. He gets hit every single time, and that is okay. Naruto characters don't need to be light speed.
In KCM2, Naruto tries to roll up on Madara with a Bichu Bomb Rasengan with Bloodlust and attempts to blitz him, and Madara blocks him easily and sends his ass flying.
He was falling down. Can you prove to me that Naruto can fall down at light speed? From the air, with no momentum going downward. You think Naruto can jump up and then jump down at the speed of light? I'm sorry, I don't believe that. What? Well, Madara, what? He sees Naruto coming in and what? I'm supposed to believe, oh, but the thrust, Eon, the thrust, that's light speed. No, it's not. The thrust, I don't have to believe that the thrust is light speed. Now I have to believe that Naruto literally pulls his arm back then forward at light speed? Come on, man.
So, yeah, Madara is not sub-relativistic. He would have to be like FTL plus based off scaling to Naruto if you agree with like the light speed meta at this point.
Madara hit him and Anoki in the air with the other Kage, which isn't really hard blitz.
Earliest light speed is Haku, but no one scales to Haku. Okay, Cook. I didn't even want to have to explain that, but yeah, no one scales to Haku's speed in the ice mirrors. So like the versus scaling as a whole wouldn't reflect off of that. In fact, like Sasuke is able to react to Haku, and in the second arc, it's just impressive that he's able to blitz sound. So there's no way that all of the characters in the verse are operating at light speed past that point.
Since the Raikage doesn't have air mobility, so that falls more on Anoki, and when Madara catches him in a Genjutsu, he was distracted by Tsunade. Madara never hard dodges the Raikage, so while he...
Again, who cares about this? He's relative to fucking...
What do you mean, who cares about this? What kind of shit is that? I'm sorry. What do you mean, who cares about this? If you're saying that Madara has the capacity to move faster than, or even blitz A, or is relative to his speed, then, and there is no piece of evidence that implies that at all, obviously one should care.
To Naruto, like, the Raikage is a slow bitch compared to KCM2 Naruto. Like, give me...
Okay. When did Madara dodge KCM2 Naruto? Well, he puts up a fan that he already had in his hand against the guy that's falling down. Yeah, sure. Like my last comment. Yeah. Just like Mike Tyson. Yeah, exactly.
Give me a second. Madara. This is not the one. Naruto. Biju Bomb. Rasengan. Oh, fucking... yeah, there we go.
Yeah, sure. Right.
Literally, like...
Right.
Should be in here.
Right.
Yeah, there we go.
And when did he run up to Madara? No, he was falling down, right? He was falling down. Where is it stated? Where is the feat? Where is the implication that Naruto falls down at light speed? I'm sorry, I just don't believe that. Why the fuck do I have to believe that? I guess he thrusts at light speed. I guess Naruto just knows how to thrust at light speed, man. I guess.
Literally, like, no
Flicked his wrist. Sure. I guess Madara can flick his wrists at light speed. Cool.
fucking no problem at all blocks his attack.
Sure. Okay.
This is KCM2 Naruto.
Yeah. KCM2 Naruto that's falling down from the air. He didn't run up to Madara. He never ran. He had a clone. That was a clone, mind you. Sure, the clone could be about as fast. Always remember we have Horty Jones scaling.
KCM1 Naruto was running.
I mean, I don't
fucking
need the
circles around
the
this
Horty
dude.
Jones
Give me
scaling.
1 second.
I don't need the Horty Jones
Go up here.
scaling,
Do I
though. That's
have
the
it? No, it's
thing.
probably in the Raikage section. I can't spell. College dropout. Not. I didn't even go. to
One
college.
Piece is super slow for One Piece. That's the thing. But either way, I'm not just gonna give Naruto characters light speed just because somebody wants to think that they're light speed. That's not how it works.
Actually,
I don't have to grant that.
give me 1 second. KCM2.
Even if I did, it wouldn't
I don't
matter.
even have it, but you guys get
Sure.
the point. Okay, so this is like a shit comparison. I'm not gonna lie.
It's not a
Does
shit
scale to a
comparison.
relative speed tier, he never outright dodges or hard blitzes A while he uses top speed. There is a feat of Madara blocking
Oh, we
KCM2
brought it up.
Naruto's
Yes!
Scaled Beast Rasengan. KCM Naruto blitzed the Raikage's top speed punch at point.
Movement speed / travel speed just scales to combat speed in Naruto. Like,
Movement speed / combat speed just naturally translates. Travel speed translates to combat speed. Movement speed / travel speed automatically translates to combat speed in Naruto. I don't know if I agree with that.
I don't want to go get the scans right now, but it's like literally just a known fact. Like this
It's
is
a
body
known fact,
flicker, arguably,
right?
by the way. Like this scales to his. Well, sorry, yeah, this scales to his combat speed. Matter of fact, he uses this exact same thing against Kisame. Matter of fact, he just couldn't control it at the time. I have it right here. Damn, fuck. I think I lost it. Low key, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I think I lost it, but he uses teleportation, this exact same thing, and stomps Kisame into the wall. And
Yeah.
B is like that's the exact same movement as the yellow flash.
Yeah.
So it would probably just be the case that Naruto is doing the exact same thing against the Raikage, considering he's supposed to be performing a Minato level feat.
Yeah. Right. So? How
So,
fast
yeah,
is
I don't,
Minato?
like-
How fast is the Raikage? Light speed at best?
Arguing that this is travel speed. What's it called? Madara being KCM2.
KCM2 is, and even then, this is at best a reaction-based feat
No,
and not a
wrong.
combat / movement speed feat, since the rest of their clash revolved around Madara using the
Yeah, this doesn't prove anything. Like I just said,
How does it prove that he's as fast as Naruto if he's literally sending out a chakra dragon? Alright, see you later, Six. Best of luck tomorrow.
movement speed / travel speed in Naruto does scale to combat speed for the reason that I just explained.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that the Wooden Dragon Jutsu is as fast as Madara. That wouldn't mean that he's as fast as the Wooden Dragon Jutsu. And it also wouldn't mean that Naruto is going out at top speed or that he can run and he can move as fast as in his top speed in KCM in the first place. Sorry, in
I'll
his
probably
full
show
cloak.
the scans on screen post-recording. Ams Kisame is just that Naruto is outspeeding Minato, or sorry, not outspeeding Minato, but performing a Minato level feat by outspeeding the Raikage. So it would kind of just be like going against the narrative to be like, oh, this is only a reaction speed feat, though Naruto is not actually faster than the Raikage.
No, I
Wooden
think he's
Dragon
faster.
Jutsu
I think he's
before the
faster.
10 Tails Awakened. Hashirama also doesn't have any light speed feats, and he was the closest rival to Madara.
So yeah, we
and
get
on
it. He's gonna
average
try to
considered stronger,
peg.
so
He's
EMS
just gonna
Madara
try to
should
peg
be
Naruto
much
characters
slower
below
than
light
Kaido.
speed. No, that's not true.
I wish we could count on.
That would just be an incredibly unfair comparison.
Why is
I
it an
guess he already
incredibly unfair
explained Madara's
comparison?
speed in another video, I guess. Hold on.
Congressman Scott Perry.
Sorry, not
He
Madara's
voted
speed,
to-
but he already explained Kaido's speed. I think we'll said many times, and that everybody should be light speed from there. But as I've already said many times, reacting to light and moving out of the way and saying light is slow is tantamount to someone or me dodging a dodgeball move.
Isn't it the same fucking thing with Naruto? Isn't it the same fucking thing with Naruto then? No. Time out. Look. You're out here saying that, okay, in Naruto, reaction speed or movement speed is the same thing as movement speed. You're saying movement speed and travel speed is the same thing as combat speed. Fine. All right, fine. And even though I say it's a reaction feat, you're like, well, no, it's not just a reaction feat. It's also a movement speed, whatever. Wait, doesn't that same logic apply to fucking One Piece then? All right, whatever.
Oh,
Medicaid, which would take away healthcare from thousands of Pennsylvanians.
fudge. shit in like the Filipinos or something, or in
One more
the
thing I want to add
Philippines.
is that Edo Tensei does weaken the reanimated ninja by an unquantifiable amount.
Yeah.
While some ninja like Minato, Itachi, and Sarutobi were stronger as Edo Tensei than when they were
For very
alive,
specific
it's
reasons.
not possible.
Minato is only stronger because of like the Nine-Tailed.
Yeah. We all know what that
withstanding
is.
Quantify how much slower the Edo Tensei are than when they were alive. His physical body should be capable of withstanding at least island level attacks, scaling off of
Sage has to be.
A's punches when he got blitzed early into
Wait.
the fight. He
Why are they
also-
island level? Did he explain why A is island level? Like W upscale, but didn't he say Madara was like mountain level earlier? Why would he be? Why would Madara's durability be island level, but his attack
You
potency
gotta
is
keep it
mountain
up.
level?
You gotta keep
Like,
up.
Literally,
I guess. Why can't the same argument be made for One Piece? I guess not necessarily. Luffy does have faster combat speed through the early portions of the story. I guess he would have faster combat speed than the early portions of the story, but I'm pretty sure Luffy just straight up starts to be relativistic to his own movement speed afterwards.
all Naruto characters on average are less durable than they are strong, aside from like the Raikage, who is probably equally in terms of both.
body apart. For reference, even Tsunade's punches can't hurt Kaido.
Post Whole Cake Island, Luffy's King Kong punch was hockey infused and did 0 damage to Kaido. A weaker version of this attack destroyed a large portion of Dressrosa, a country. Go ahead and actually scale Dressrosa in terms of size. You can't just be like, it's a country.
It is a country. I can be like it's a country. It's literally stated to be a country. It's literally. What do you mean? What do you mean? Have fun scaling it to the size of a country? It is a fucking country. I don't need to scale it to the size of a country. I'm just telling you that it is a country.
So average country size, you would actually have to refer to the average country size and then measure.
What is the average size in km of countries? $650,000 to 770,000 square kilometers. Though figures vary slightly depending on the source and year, the recent estimates are around 100,000 kilometers, and the older ones around 767,000 kilometers. But this average is skewed by nations like Russia, while most countries are much smaller with tiny. Okay, what's the average of like smaller countries? The average, yeah, all right, whatever. Yeah, multi-uni Luffy scaling when type shit.
I can't speak, guys. You would actually have to refer to like an average country size. Fuck. You would.
Let me put it like this: Luffy could split the inside largest city of a fucking country with the force of his opponent hitting the fucking ground. The average country size is this, right? Sure, the average country size is this, right? That includes Russia, but that also includes really tiny fucking countries. This is the average country size. Gaara said in order to travel across the battlefield of the Fourth Great Shinobi War, he had to travel several kilometers. If I were to go by my same scaling for One Piece, I would use the, hey, Lapis, how you been, man? You would have to, I would say at worst, 3 kilometers, at best 5 kilometers. Even if you wanted to say that the entirety of the battlefield of the Fourth Great Shinobi War is several upon several kilometers, the biggest tailed beast bombs only wiped out about, at best, if I were to say 5 times 5, 25 kilometers, a 25 kilometer diameter versus Luffy destroying the largest city in a country that would be anywhere around the average size of the countries in the world, 656,000 kilometers. Why do I keep saying 656,000 kilometers? It's 656,000 kilometers. What the fuck's wrong with me? I mean, you're not wrong. Yeah, what are you saying? NL, Eon, scale NL to boundless when? Type shit. What did you guys say? The only way One Piece is in light speed is they say the Planck constant is different and light speed is slower in One Piece. I watched one dude beat the dog shit out of Sage on his Luffy running the Naruto gauntlet in half the time. It was glorious. Yeah. I mean, for real, Sage is basically a Noodles, except Noodles actually has good debating skills and could probably beat me and 6 in a debate 2v1. I don't know about that. You guys just need, you don't, it's not about having, I don't know about debating skills. I just think you guys just have to stick to the topic. Like, I've seen the way Noodles, like, argues. You just have to stay on track with the topic. Don't try to go into too much of that bullshit about definitions and just be like, okay, what does it say here? Continent. Okay, well, how big is the continent? It's a continent inside a world where islands are the sizes of countries. What do you want me to tell you? That's it. You just don't divert your point and just don't give them any fucking leeway with any of the bullshit they're going to try to bring up. There's nothing you can really bring up in Naruto unless you're going into Calyx, and at that point, that's more or less you guys talk. Call Sage on Discord? No, I don't have to call anyone on Discord. Size is relevant. Size is irrelevant. Energy is. Luffy sent Doflamingo flying, and his body alone folded half the country and broke through the dark market in the ground. Yeah. Use the statements from Caribou and Montfort for having stuff with infinite and boundless size to get them having an infinite mass. There we go. You could probably beat Noodles by appealing to epistemology and transcendence. Transcendentals. What the fuck? I've seen the live action season 2 teaser. Nope. I just watch the series when it comes out. I find that if I know when things come out, it makes waiting for them suck. So I've realized that just if Eon called Sage every slur in the book is getting thrown at him. Nah.
I actually have to refer to an average country size, and then you would have to like pixel scale the size of Dressrosa.
Fuck no! I will never pixel scale the size of Dressrosa. Fuck no.
Based on like chips and stuff like that.
No, that's not happening.
Scaling. You can't just be like, oh.
Authors are never consistent with the way they draw things. You would get such you would get such basically you would get such inconsistent sizes for so many things. It's not even funny. That's why pixel scaling is basically worthless to me. Besides the fact that I have to basically do the math myself, or else and I would have to do it right, or if I have to look at somebody else's math, double check, cross check the math to see if it is right. You're also basing it off of the fact that the authors have human error, and any scan that you use is potentially drawn at either a larger or smaller size than what is originally intended. Yeah.
Country, because honestly, it's probably much smaller than a country.
Because of his dragon scales. Kaido's...
Oh, but I didn't read the rest of this. I'm a fucking dickhead. Hitting the ground, Kaido also. So is he trying to say that Luffy is country level in Dressrosa? That's
yes.
Horseshit.
Why is it horseshit? Why is it horseshit? Why is it horseshit?
It's before, but like I brought it up as like a weight scale. If you want to say this, you can literally say that Orochimaru is country level in part 1.
Why? Why is Orochimaru country level in part 1? Why? Because he took down a country from the inside? Not because he literally destroyed the country with a physical feat like Luffy? No, right? No. Orochimaru, right? The guy that took out a Kage in the background, then went in and disguised himself as it, to then destabilize the country. Yeah. That's country level, sure.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah, sure. Sure.
Orochimaru.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, bro. Orochimaru, small country.
Has the power to destroy a small country himself. Since escaping this village, many countries have set their eyes on him. Yeah, what did he do to the fucking Sand Village? A country. What did he do to them? He destabilized them from the inside out. And even if I wanted to take this feat seriously and say that he could destroy a small country, alright. What's the average sizes of small countries? Under 1,000 kilometers. The average size of small countries varies greatly, but the smallest microstates are 1,000 kilometers, with the top 15 smallest ranging from the Vatican at under a kilometer squared. Sorry, under a, kilometer squared, to Seychelles with 452 kilometers. What's the average sizes of actual countries? This. Wow, almost 1,000 times bigger. Cool. You may continue, Sage.
Level in base part 1, so... I don't know about this Dressrosa Luffy scaling, buddy.
Hurt Kaido
with a fucking punch, dude. Can Orochimaru... Guys, do you guys think Orochimaru can, like, one-shot a fucking country? Now, here's the thing. If you were to say, alright, but, like, he has, like, giant snake summons, yes. Yes, okay. So if Orochimaru were to use giant snake summons, summon a fuck ton of them alongside manga, yeah, sure, he could probably take out a country over a period of time. I don't disagree. Or if Orochimaru decided to spark up in a small country that doesn't have any shinobis, because guess what? There are only 3 major shinobi villages. Bring out a fuck ton of summonings, you know, the giant snake summons, and if those countries just don't have any way of fighting back against that, yeah, I could agree to that. Sure, I could agree to that 100%. I don't think there's anything wrong with that interpretation. But Orochimaru can't punch a guy and and split a country, folded in half, do you still believe Kaido can win against Sakazuki and Kuzan in a 2v1? Did I ever say he could? Did I ever say that? I don't know if I ever did. Nah, I don't know. I don't know about that.
because of his dragon scales. Kaido's striking power should be higher. and he can
Genjutsu
also
doesn't work
cause
cross
internal-
first game. Striking strength, continent level plus. Yeah, these niggas are drunk. Possibly moon level. Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
It's not about whether or not they're unreliable, and it's not about caring about whether or not it is. The fact is, Luffy punches a guy, the country's capital city literally splits in half. Orochimaru does not have a single feat or a single jutsu that can replicate that in a single attack. He cannot do that. We're at 80 viewers? No fucking way.
What is he saying now?
damage to Madara off of one.
Holy shit,
hit,
68.
which
Hey,
Madara
night. We're
has
one
no
off from
way
the
to-
funny
Doesn't
number.
Doesn't mean
We're funny. We're one off from the two funny numbers. That's so funny. All right, sure. Orochimaru. Wait. What the fuck happened here? Oh, I pressed M.
this meant
damage to Madara.
drunk. Again,
All right.
punching, but it doesn't work
Cause
cross
internal-
first game. Striking strength, continent level plus. Yeah, these niggas are drunk. Possibly
Why? I'm getting it from Versus Battle Wiki. What the fuck's going on? Maybe. I don't know, man.
moon level. Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
78 for me.
What is he saying now?
Why just
Damage
what?
to
Wait,
Madara.
wait. So these are the calcs that I was talking about that I would use in the video, or at least I would use Versus Battle Wiki's like scaling. And I guess I lost 4 members. It's fine. And it says continent plus, possibly moon level higher in Zoan form, so on and so forth. So, oh no, but I don't know about that. Yeah.
One hit, which Madara has no way of
Doesn't
cooling.
want it. Doesn't mention calcs, but brings them up just to be like, hey guys.
What did I say right here? What did I say right here?
And it's also just a dude in my, but like obviously controller up his butt.
All right.
Made a 5 Kage versus Yonko video back
Uh-huh.
in the day that has like 100k views, and then I saw that and I was like, yep, that was a good idea. Eon. Yeah, I'm really interested to see what he's. I won't be using them for most of the video, but I will leave a section at the end for them. Yeah, I'm really interested to see what he's gonna do then.
Yeah, you're really interested in seeing them, but then
Also,
like,
his
oh
5
nope,
Kage,
they're wrong.
Versus Kaido video is good, or yeah, I think I saw that. I made a 5 Kage versus in base part 1. So, what is he saying now? Doesn't mention calcs, but brings them up just to be like,
That's
hey
crazy.
guys, look. Doesn't
rock
mention calcs,
solid.
but brings them up just to be like, hey guys, look. This
So you're interested in them, but now you're making fun of me for using them, even though I explicitly put out the disclaimer that you read. Come on, man. Come on, Sage. You can't. Oh, come on, man. You said that like 40, not even 43. You said that like over a little over 30 minutes ago, man. Come on. You can't forget the shit that you be saying 40
They're
minutes ago.
confident in
I
moon
guess.
level and multi-continental. I could literally just bring up calcs of Madara, like having the same kind of scaling, even though they're probably both equally as bad.
without Izanagi. If he uses Izanagi at that point, he most likely loses because he would lose sight in one of his eyes.
What does that matter?
Catching Kaido
What does that
off
matter?
guard
He literally fights blind. What does that matter?
He fought blind with Sage Mode. He fought blind with Sage Mode, my guy. With Sage Mode. Oh, but he hits Naruto and Sai away in, what is it? He hits Naruto and Sage Naruto and Sai away. Okay. He just had to run straight for Hashirama. He just had to, you already knew where the fuck Hashirama was at. He just needed to run straight.
He literally fights blind. It doesn't matter. Obito fights with one eye during his fight with Minato. What does it matter if he has one eye or not?
Also shouldn't be possible since he is slower, and Kaido should at least
He's not
have
slower.
observation hockey active.
Why is he not
Observation
slower?
Haki-
But you can only use observation hockey in terms of reactions. You can't use observation. It's
You
not
what?
like Kaido can use observation hockey
Uh-huh.
to time an attack or something like that.
He wouldn't be able to use observation hockey to time an attack. No, he has never. I genuinely don't think he's actually read or watched One Piece. I really don't think this guy has like any actual context for One Piece characters. And I don't say that to like be mean. I really do think he does not really watch One Piece, or at least reads it. And if he does, I think he's going mostly off of the top of his head. Which, I mean, sure, I guess. But, I don't know. Jesus Christ, how far ahead does this get you? Is it really all the way over here so far? How long was Luffy in fucking... How long was Luffy in, Amazon Lily? Oh, I'm stupid. I went ahead thinking... Alright, I was just too far ahead. My bad. I was too far ahead. Let's see. You can't use observation hockey to time attacks. You don't know how to use hockey. It's most... She literally says... Swing to the left, a kick from the right, she weaves him. She can read my movements, and then she literally uses that to slam him into the ground. What are you saying? She can't time an attack. They're reading all of my moves, don't forget about me, and then he literally gets snapped away. You can use observation hockey to literally know what your opponent is going to do and just hit somebody. Why can't you do that? What kind of logic is that? Have you never actually sat there and watched that? No, he's never. No, well, I'm not gonna say he's never read. I just don't think he's watched One Piece.
The way observation hockey works is you react and then you do something. Like, that's basically all it is. It's
Wink,
a
wink,
perception
hint, hint,
amp.
I
It's not a
suppose.
combat speed amp. You can't like actively be.
Sure, it's not increasing their combat speed, but I think it's a pretty big advantage to know exactly what your opponent's gonna do, literally as they do before they do it. Actually, no, before they do it. He hasn't thrown out the leg yet. She literally says it before he does it.
Using observation hockey while you're fighting unless you're reacting while fighting, if that makes any sense. You can't throw a punch and use observation hockey at the same time. It's just not a thing. You have to be actively focused on using observation hockey as opposed to something like Armament or Conquerors.
And Future Sight can be turned on and off separately, and I don't believe Kaido fights without at least having observation hockey active. For reference,
He literally
observation
lets
hockey...
himself
He lets himself get hit. That doesn't mean he lets himself get hit. That doesn't mean that he's not using
get hit
observation.
by fucking bums who are way slower than him. So for him to not he was talking about character at the beginning of the video. For him not to
So your logic is because Kaido lets himself get hit, allows himself to get hit, willingly hit, he's not using observation hockey? Even though we know for a fact that we visually see him use Future Sight, so why the fuck would he just jump straight into Future Sight? Yeah, they introduced this in Skypiea, that is true.
bring up Kaido in character, Kaido has Future Sight and lets himself get hit by Kid, fucking Killer, Zoro, Law, and Luffy for no reason. Like, it's not, he doesn't have observation
Because he activates it when Luffy's using. He activates that specifically when he's using Snake Man, dude.
hockey active at all times, and even if he does, he might just be turning it off on purpose.
He grants access to a kind of extrasensory perception that can allow the user to sense presence, strength, emotion, and intention. With it,
To be fair, observation hockey is still better precognition than Sharingan, which reads physical movements on a cellular level to do so.
On a cellular level? I guess, yeah, I guess. Mostly his own cells. Mostly his own fucking cells. Not, other people's cells. Mostly, the cells inside your fucking body, but sure.
I think observation hockey and 3 Tomo Sharingan are pretty comparable in terms of what is it called? Precognition.
No, they're not. The Sharingan gives you more kinetic vision. You're not literally seeing into the future.
perceive enemies who lurk hidden out of sight, grasp their numbers, and even what they are attempting to do next. In other words, Kaido can sense a person's aura and know if they are camouflaging,
Sharingan
hiding
is
behind
damn near
buildings
the
or
same level of
objects.
precognition.
He can also
being able to sense someone's spirit, and that giving you precognition is completely different than that being way better than the movement reading of Sharingan. So
Because the movement reading of Sharingan literally requires you to see their muscle movements. They literally require you to see the person's muscle movements, and then you get to basically see a traced outline of what's going to happen. But guess what happens to Sharingan users as well, especially when you're fighting against opponents like B, for example, who either have higher movement speed, combat speed, or where they fight with an erratic style. I said erotic. Erratic style that essentially makes it hard to see all those movements. You literally see it with Sasuke, where he's trying to just keep up with all the blades while also barely evading B, while actually just going for a flip kick. Movement on a cellular. What does that even mean? Sharingan can predict cellular movements. How would that even help? Billions of cells moving at a time. Yeah. I swear Sage has me smirking like speed every 20 seconds. What is genuine... What the genuine fuck is this guy talking about? He might be as bad as the red-shifted Nebula argument.
I don't really even like to compare
He
Sharingan
dodged Luffy's
and,
second Red
and
Rock because he
Observation
could
Haki in
actually
terms of
hurt.
precognition
Yeah.
too much. I would
And then
just say that.
he dodged Luffy's second Red Rock because it would actually hurt. And then the funniest part was that after Luffy made fun of him, he literally said, "Alright, I'm never dodging again." Kaido stopped dodging after that, bruh.
You can't say one is a better amp than the other.
Yes, you
Sense
can
their
actually.
intent to
You
act
can
in-
actually say it when I know what my opponent is going to do without even having to look at them. You need to have your eyes on the opponent for the Sharingan. With Haki, you just need to literally be conscious and calm, I guess.
immediate future, and it allows him to predict what they are about to do. In other words, it's a pseudo precognition.
Pseudo?
I know that the Sharingan does technically grant a pseudo precognition as well.
Pseudo?
It's gonna
What do you mean pseudo? This is literally damn near. Yeah, this is pseudo fucking future sight. Pseudo
predict what
fucking
they are about to do. In other
precognition.
words,
Precognition is the ability to know exactly what is going to happen beforehand. Pseudo precognition in the sense that it needs opponent's intent, my dude. Although I guess I should be a bit more verbal with that. I will at least say, yeah, that's
it's a
fine.
pseudo precognition.
That's fair. That's a fair
I know that
reaction.
the
That's a fair
Sharingan-
Bro,
reaction.
look, bro, he's so surprised that Sasuke evaded this because he fucking saw it before it actually
Does
happened.
technic-
Bro, he's literally seeing the fucking future. How is this pseudo precognition? This is pseudo future sight, gang. And this is base 3 Tomo. This isn't even Mangekyo.
Yeah.
grant a pseudo precognition.
How much do you guys think the Mangekyo like enhances their vision? Because this is like the farthest we ever really get to see it.
As well with its kinetic vision, but Madara has been consistently
you can also
tagged
use
by
it
characters of a
unconsciously.
similar speed tier, so I don't think it would make much.
What? Wait. I think he's purposely downplaying. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I'm not.
Allows him to predict what they
What
are
is the difference
about
between
to do.
this?
In other words, it's a pseudo precognition.
You can do it without seeing the opponent and with an ability that specifically is required for you to keep track of your opponent visually. If Madara cannot physically see Kaido move, the Sharingan is useless. If I am so fast that the Sharingan has a tough time keeping up with it, what does it... Literally, I could have just shown you Jigen for all I gave a shit. The rods are too small and too fast. The Sharingan has a tough time tracking. Now imagine Kaido being so fucking big, yet so much faster that he cannot physically keep up. There must be enough cells to form a tissue type to be a muscle.
I
Yeah.
know that
And
the
this
Sharingan
is
does
better.
technically grant
This
a
is
pseudo
better.
precognition
Why is
as
it
well.
better?
This
Why is
is
it better?
I
Why
can
is it
tell
better?
what he's going to do next just by looking at him with my mind's eye.
Yeah, and I can tell... No, it's not, because I can literally tell what my opponent is going to do next before they do it and with my eyes closed. What do you mean it's better? Why would I want to have to look at my opponent in order to see their next movement through muscle movements when I can just have my eyes closed and know what's happening around me while also knowing the exact number of opponents that are around me? Yes, it is objectively better. There is nothing about the Sharingan that it does that is better than observation haki, besides it having the ability to put you under hypnosis, but it's a completely irrelevant cross-verse if you don't have the same power system. Sorry, that was a crash out. Sorry, that was a crash out on my end.
Observation hockey, bro. Or
This
at
is
least
better.
it's the
It is.
same
It is
goddamn
not.
thing.
No, it's
But
not. No, it's not. As a matter of fact, I could be kind enough to grant you that is the same thing. I could be kind enough to do that because, in all honesty, again, has to keep his eyes on the target. Her eyes closed. Luffy was doing the entire bit of the fucking training for observation haki without even being able to see what his opponent was going to do. I would love to see Sasuke try to dodge 100 attacks from an opponent while his back is to them with a blindfold on.
because
kinetic
like
vision.
you literally see what Naruto is about to do in
It does
patterns.
make your
Like,
eyes
I think
look
it's more
pretty. That is
comparable to
100%
something
true.
like
That is
Future Sight, as
100%
he's, like,
true.
genuinely directly seeing what's about to happen next. In
I already
sequence.
crashed out. Not going back on that.
But Madara has been consistently tagged by characters of a similar speed
So
tier,
has
so
fucking
I don't think it
Kaido.
would make
Kaido
Yes, but Kaido is faster
Been tagged by slower
I know some
people.
may say that
because he lets them.
Madara
Than
wouldn't lose
himself.
very quickly,
Because he lets them.
and the fight would go on for a while, but I disagree. Madara fought Hashirama for approximately 24 hours, give or take, and Kaido fought Big Mom for about 3 days.
I'm gonna skip this part because I genuinely don't give a shit about.
What do you mean you don't give a shit? Oh, so, okay, so here's your problem. Let me explain to you what your problem is right now, Sage. You don't want to go into a conversation that Madara going all out for 24 hours, allegedly 24 hours. It could have been in the same fucking night for all I know. Because I know for a fact that Naruto basically ran out of chakra in a single fucking day, and he also handed that shit to a fuck ton of shinobi. Madara didn't even have the Nine Tails chakra. He doesn't have as much chakra as the Nine Tails. It's never even stated nor implied. And yet, he also ran out of chakra in a single fucking... I don't even have to give him 24 hours. I can honestly just argue that Madara, going all out, lost all of his chakra before the night even ended. Nothing implies that they went at it for a full day straight. The only reason people keep saying that they went at it for a full day straight was because the night was still up when they started, and the night was still up when it fucking ended.
The whole endurance comparison, like, people love to bring this up. Like,
Yes, endurance is important.
it doesn't matter.
Yes,
Oda
it does.
says characters fight for 5 days, 10 days, 3 days. That's just, like, for flair, bro.
That's not for flair. That is an actual stamina feat. At that point, you're just ignoring it and you just don't want to accept it. Sage, you are an extremely disingenuous scaler. I'm not going to lie to you. If he does see this shit, I'm just going to be straight up honest with you. That's so fucking disingenuous. You're telling me stamina doesn't matter anymore? You're just gonna sit there and tell me stamina doesn't fucking matter anymore. Listen, I'm gonna be straight up honest. This, I even said it earlier in the fucking stream, this is probably like actually like a day, maybe like 2 days at best. But this is like a day at most. You have to basically argue that Madara went through an entire 24-hour cycle with Hashirama. You have to make up information to argue because nothing really implies that they did. It's still night when they start and it's still night when they fucking end. Meanwhile, Kaido versus Big Mom has at least a statement that's saying they've been going at it all night. So yes, it does matter, because if both characters are, let's just say, relative enough that they're going at it for a while, Madara is going to run out of stamina faster than Kaido, who walked out of his 24-hour fight, or at least his own night-only fight, without a scratch. And Madara is, and just so I don't have to hear this guy talk right now, fucking disheveled right now. Anyway, I'm going back in.
Matter about their endurance. Characters fight for 5 days, 10 days, 3 days. That's just, like, for flair, bro. If you just have to compare the characters, and unless they're high-end relative, it genuinely doesn't matter about their endurance.
Haki.
Don't matter.
His haki was getting stronger
Don't care,
as his
bro.
fight with Luffy dragged out.
So you don't care that Kaido's haki is getting stronger as he's... Bro, you can't just skip over somebody's shit that you just don't want to fucking listen to. At least fucking understand the argument in the first place, man. Like, if you're just gonna be disingenuous and be like, oh yeah, but Kaido's haki getting more powerful and the more fun he was having... When did Madara's chakra just straight up flare and he just started to unleash even more crazy ass abilities because he was having fun? No. Once you saw the perfect Susanoo, that was kind of it. That was kind of it. As soon as you saw the perfect Susanoo, that was literally it. Nothing more, nothing else. You don't see Madara really do much else after the perfect Susanoo. I'm not even being fallacious. You really don't. Until he gets either the either his Rinnegan back, or he gets the Ten Tails.
Moving on to round 2, things become more interesting with One-Eyed Sage Madara, which I will be referring to as
Why does it
OS
get
Smart.
more interesting? Is my
It gets
question.
because he actually has a win condition, because you skipped everything I said, buddy.
They're literally basically the same characters from a cross-first standpoint. I'm not gonna lie to you. What is the difference?
He gains Hashirama cells to regenerate his body, Hashirama's Sage Mode,
Okay,
Wood Style
that is
Jutsu,
cool.
and the Rinnegan, including all 6
Okay, so yeah, this kind of gives him like a cheat against durability negation and advanced conquerors haki. If he has like Nine Tails level regen like Naruto, he honestly low-key has better regen than Naruto. Does he? Well, I don't think the regen will let you regrow arms, but
It doesn't.
organs might be completely different because Naruto just like regrows a portion of his lungs, and Hashirama should have comparable, if not better, regen. So Madara has like a defense.
Why should Hashirama have better regen than Naruto? What was the statement for... What was that statement for Hashirama that Madara was glazing up the wazoo? It was something about, like... It was something with, like, the 5 Kage, where we were saying that, like, Hashirama could, like, heal through all wounds and blah, 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 and all that crap. The fuck was it? Let's pass this. Excuse me. Ah, there it is. I was looking for... This is literally what I was thinking of, too. He could heal wounds without weaving a sign. He was the ultimate shinobi. Why is it better than Naruto's? What the fuck? What the fuck? Why is it better than Naruto's? Why is Hashirama's regeneration better?
Against Conqueror's coding. in this form, in my opinion. Which
I mean, he could react to the reaction of the reaction, and I'll just react to that. And then, I mean, at some point, we might just... I wouldn't mind having a conversation with him, but I do think that, like, a lot of his reasoning is very, very disingenuous.
Loki just, like, gives me the idea that he should slam, because I think Naruto characters are just much stronger on average. And
On average is crazy. That is a... You have definitely never read One Piece, my friend.
And the advantage that Kaido would have in speed, I would just have to, like, you know, re-research. And if you are of the opinion that the Raikage...
It's stated that Hashirama has better region than Tsunade. Tsunade tells him what she can... Yeah, but that's... Yeah. Yes, you are right, but he also says this statement before she ever uses the Byakugo seal against him. This statement right here that you're referring to happens before he sees her actually use this jutsu specifically. 1. 2... The statement that she says, the statement that you're referring to where she says she can, like, regrow entire limbs and all that shit, besides the fact that she's never replicated it, therefore you just have to believe her word, which I think is completely fine, mind you. If you want to believe that Tsunade can regenerate limbs, I think, okay, sure. I don't necessarily have an issue with that, but Madara also, again, made the statement prior to seeing what the mitotic regeneration jutsu is, and Tsunade also had to use the mitotic regeneration jutsu in order to perform that. It's because of mitotic regeneration that she even makes the statement in the first place. So no, that's not really the line of logic doesn't really work. After she starts using the jutsu, she says it's just like Hashirama. Tsunade has no reason to be lying. Again, you're more than welcome to believe that Tsunade can regenerate organs. I mean not organs, arms, limbs. I mean, yeah, limbs. There's no reason to disagree with that, especially if you don't think that she's lying. But again, he says it's just like... Wait, what? Hey, what's up, DBZ Brandon? What's up, man? Where the fuck is it? Where is it? Search for Tsunade. Oh, it's down here. That's why. She only says the statement with the mitotic regeneration seal. Pre-time skip, Luffy is stronger than most of the Shippuden cast. Yeah.
Is like
Claire Bourbon 33. Have a good one, big loss.
Madara should honestly just be much faster and stronger than Kaido. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, good for you.
Pain and Limbo. This is probably the most powerful version of Madara before he absorbs
None
the
of these
Ten-Tails.
none of these are any better than like anything that he had before. I guess
Objectively so, they are all better than what he had before. Especially in this fight. Especially in this fight, they are objectively better. Being able to create trees that could potentially try to put down Kaido, except Haki is literally a power system that counters the trees by sheer virtue of Onoki literally overpowering it through sheer willpower alone. Let's see. Chibaku Tensei at least allowing him to have a method by which he can seal Kaido, but Kaido just busts out right through, since he is physically stronger than Ichibaku Tensei. 6 Paths of Pain. The Asura Path doesn't really help out, but the Human Path, at least giving Madara a win condition, is a pretty good thing. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. Some of these things do sound a little bit better. Having the ability to regenerate is a little bit better.
Here is the soul steal with one of the paths of pain and the addition of regeneration, but like the other stuff is kind of just who cares. You're just throwing it in there. It would just have to scale to his physicality and his AP. Techniques, that's why I don't really bother like going too in depth with techniques. They're all going to be based on like AP at the end of the day.
And gains the following jutsu. Hashirama said Madara was regaining his past strength after he was revived by Obito. Madara did
Yeah, he kind of did leave out Limbo. He forgot that this Madara also has Limbo.
Talking about when the regen is compared again in 678, 578. Oh, you know what? Can I say something, Kamran? I really appreciate just the fact that you're even giving me like chapters, because a lot of people tend to not do that, and that shit's annoying because I have to look for it myself. Regeneration without weaving signs, I see. So that's the true nature of the jutsu. That is rule 4. It's just like Hashirama. You realize... Okay, so that's the thing, though. I don't think Madara's regen scales to Hashirama's regardless, so it doesn't really matter after the seal is out. This statement does also, though, imply... Here's 2 ways that you can interpret it, right? You can interpret it as the mitotic regeneration seal is as powerful as Hashirama's regeneration, or... Because of the wording here, regeneration without weaving signs, he's essentially saying that's the true nature of your jutsu. It's just like Hashirama's ability, since he specifically says that Hashirama can also heal without hand signs. So essentially he's just saying it's not on par with it in terms of its regen factor. It's on par with it in the fact that you don't have to use hand signs. This is what I mean when I say power scaling is all about interpretation. Depending on how you choose to interpret certain statements, you can get two wildly different things. I'm not saying that I'm not saying that one is over the other either. Like how you're saying right now, you think it's both. I think that's honestly completely fair. Like either interpretation is fine. If you want to say that her regeneration is as strong as Hashirama, I mean, Hashirama at his worst had without any chakra left also had burns on his arm, whereas Madara didn't really have any damage on him, kind of implying that like Madara actually took less damage throughout their battle than Hashirama did overall, since Hashirama would have larger chakra reserves in general, but would also have meant that he would also he would be healing through this, right? The fact that Hashirama is burned, or at least damaged, shows that like his chakra reserves are extremely low and he can't just like do it passively anymore. You know what I mean? So in that regard, you can probably make an argument that like either Tsunade's regeneration is either on par, or at least just the ability to heal without it is on par with Hashirama's. Again, it just depends on how you choose to interpret. I think any of these interpretations is kind of fair, though if you do want to shoot up Tsunade a little bit, I don't know too many scenarios where like it genuinely matters whether or not it is or it isn't. It's regen, it's better for passive healing. Did Sage actually say something besides nuh-uh till now? He said that I didn't bring up limbo clones.
From Hashirama before the statement.
But
It's passed
this Madara also has limbo.
by Obito. Madara did observe
Yeah, he kind of did leave out links. That's why I don't really.
Did I leave out limbo clone? Huh? Did I leave out limbo clone? Right here. Right here, where I'm talking about limbo clone. Like, don't call him a dumbass, dude. Come on now. No. Okay, no. See, here's what we're not gonna do. Power scaling and just this whole like hobby, genre, niche thing as a whole, it's a lot of things, but one thing that it very much so is, it's toxic. We're talking about opinions at the end of the day. It doesn't matter if anything that he says I disagree with. It doesn't matter if he says something that is wrong, and it doesn't matter if I said anything that was wrong. There's no reason to call anybody a dumbass. There's no reason to call anybody an R-word, a moron, an idiot, just for having a difference of opinion. At the end of the day, even if I had a conversation with him and we can't change each other's fucking minds, I'm not gonna sit here and call him a fucking dumbass because I think he's wrong. In the same way that I wouldn't expect him to call me a dumbass because he thinks I'm wrong, right? You're fine. There's no issue. You're more than the timeout's only for 5 minutes, but I don't want to even remotely push or help out or create a community that essentially calls people dumbasses or whatever. You can call him a master baiter because that's a funny joke. It's a bit. But calling someone like an actual insult, I just don't fuck with that. Like if you're being if someone in general is just being actively aggressive towards somebody just for having an opinion on, we're talking about fucking anime characters here, right? Respectfully, you like beans. Respectfully, you get timed out. But you get 1 minute though. Well, it is foolish to ignore something you just read. Listen, I think it is foolish to take a material and interpret it in such a way that just seems blatantly disingenuous. I don't think it's very genuine of a person to do something like that, but at the end of the day, I don't think I should still call him a dumbass for it. It's really just that. You know what I mean? Well, it is foolish to ignore something that you just read to say you didn't mention it. Fair. Yeah. No, he'll be fine. He'll be fine.
With techniques, they're all going to be based on AP at the end of the day.
and gains the following jutsu. Hashirama said Madara...
I just don't fuck with the idea of insulting people for having opinions on anime at the end of the day. That's really just it. It's not that... I just don't think that it should never reach...
Madara did observe...
Yeah, he kind of... guys, Naruto characters are butter. Go ahead, say Sasuke is not a normal dude with a normal sword, but what insane strength feats does Sasuke have in terms of just straight up striking strength without the Chidori?
I mean, can you prove that this blade right here could pierce through Kaido's skin with no haki and no kind of augmentation at all? Even if Sasuke could feed his chakra through it and create it and enhance it with lightning, do I think he would straight up pierce Kaido's skin? No, I think the blade would snap. I really do think the blade would snap.
I genuinely can't think of one. I don't think his standard sword strikes are that impressive to where him cutting through Madara is oh, well, we should just excuse that because Sasuke is this physical powerhouse. I just don't agree. Where could you get him? it's really weird. Like, I don't think you can compare stuff like Biju bombs and other things to his physical strength. Like, his physical strength is just dubious, period. Like, he does the same thing against Itachi, where he throws shurikens and shurikens pierce Itachi. Like, piercing blows in anime, whether it be Naruto or One Piece, like with Roger getting killed by fucking randoms, or Whitebeard getting stabbed by randoms, it's just a case that people are, more vulnerable.
Wasn't that in like didn't Kaido get attacked by like the Akazaya 9 in like chapter 990 or something like that? It was like in the 990s, and Kaido basically got assaulted by the Akazaya 9, right? It was like at some point around here. Or was it like in the 80s? Well, he does show up at this point, yeah. They all go up, they attack, yeah. He fights them. Then they go, oh yeah, he did get assaulted by the Sulongs. He really did get jumped by the Sulongs. That's crazy. I completely forgot about that. Like, 979. If somebody can, like, find that chapter and just let me know, I would appreciate that, just so I can keep listening to this. I'm gonna probably end stream shortly afterwards. Also, Kinemon literally splitting this feat is insane. Literally splitting a blast breath is kind of fucking crazy. Letting him, yeah, absorbs his own attack, yeah, walks away from it, okay, no. The feat where, like, Kaido takes a kunai to, like, the eye. What chapter does he take, like, a kunai to the eye, right? Or was that only anime?
Vulnerable to cutting attacks, and that these mangaka aren't, taking characters' insane durability into account, unless there's someone like Kaido, for example, who we know, like, blades just break on contact with his body.
Stabbed him through his arm, implying that even with the addition of Sage Mode, Madara's body can still be hurt by Kaido.
One last thing that I didn't say. It's not like Dragon Ball, where these characters are constantly amping themselves with chakra at all times for their durability. You kind of have to.
Oh, is it only anime only? Oh, that's fine.
Chakra for different purposes.
Still a feat, anime only, still a feat.
And most of the time, it's to, like, moving really fast and hitting really hard with, like, a jutsu or physicals, if that makes any sense, depending on, like, if you're a physical fighter, that is. And again, I brought this up earlier, he's just getting pierced with sand. We can go ahead and say it's chakra-infused sand, but it's like, where does this chakra-infused sand scale to where it's like these bullets are just shredding through him? Like, are these island-level bullets? Are these bullets really impressive in terms of AP to where I should excuse this?
Later on, his movements were stopped by Gaara, and he was knocked around by the tailed beasts. The combination of physical blows had Madara visibly bleeding from his mouth.
He can't fucking see, but you were talking about he had one eye, and he's not able to fight. He couldn't fucking see here. I think that would arguably, he's sensing.
Sage mode, my guy! Oh, so before it was like, oh, he could fight without seeing, and now it's like, he can't see. Literally did this before, bruh. Literally brought this up before, bruh, when I talked about Izanagi. When the fuck was that? I literally talked about Izanagi, and then he was like, okay. Ah, damn it.
Even though they're probably both equally as bad.
Without Izanagi. If he uses Izanagi at that point, he most likely loses because he would lose sight in one of his eyes.
What does that matter?
Catching Kaido.
What does that matter? He literally fights blind. What does that matter? Literally gets limbo in one of them. I think that would argue he can't fuck in terms of AP.
By the tailed beasts. The combination of physical blows had Madara visibly bleeding from his mouth.
He can't fucking see, but you were talking about he had one eye.
I said it's one-eyed Sage Madara. When the fuck did I bring up that he got hit with all of them with one eye? This guy, you can't just, my brother in Christ, Wallahi, you can't just, what was this? Less than 10, about 10 minutes ago. That was 11 minutes ago. That was 11 minutes ago. You can't be forgetting the shit that you said 11 minutes ago. What the fuck are we talking about? Do you think that Kaido lifting the island while fighting Luffy was a hack feat or a strength feat? Do you think it does use up some level of strength, right? We know that Momonosuke needed to pull them with some level of force, and Kaido's doing it casually and in the sky. I don't know. I guess there's more evidence pointing to it being a physical thing rather than not, but you do with that information what you will.
And he's not able to fight. He couldn't fucking see here. I think that would arguably, he's sensing stuff with Sage Mode.
Thank you.
I think that would arguably excuse why he was getting fucking jumped.
You gotta, dude. You can't be folding on your own fucking lot, dude. At the start of the video, he was like, "I want to see if this guy is like at least consistent with his own logic." You're not consistent with your own, my guy. This is like 4K shit right here, well, 720p shit part right here. But anyway, man, fuck this. I'm gonna go get some candy. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go get some candy, and I'm also gonna end stream soon because I do need to get some lunch. I haven't eaten all day. The life of an adult. I made food earlier, but I never made the rice. No. Listen, Eternal, you don't have to apologize, dude. It's fine. I don't like having to like do that, but I usually find it that like people will understand best if I like just do the quick like, okay, here's like a quick timeout. I need you to hear me out on this. No. You're fine. It's fine. You're tired. It's sleepy. It's all good, man. You're fine. No one's in trouble. I just want to make sure that like everyone, especially since we have a higher viewer count, that everyone here is aware that I'm not really tolerant for like insulting people at all. Once people start insulting others, especially when it comes to like the conversations about like anime topics and stuff like that, I feel like, man, that we're just the conversation's over, right? There's no more need to like chat about this stuff. Let me get some candy just to like give me a fucking boost right here. I need like a sugar boost or something, dude. Eon is eating what? Eon is eating what? I can't even have a fucking Nerds gummy clusters without people coming at me for no fucking reason, dude. This shit is crazy. Jelly beans? Alright. Now this. Now actually fucking this. I can't even have my fucking candy in peace. Jesus Christ. That's fine. I'll be back in a second. Let me just go get another one. I went to the supermarket today and I bought some fruit. Can't wait to eat that fruit later. Candy maxing? Listen, dude, I'm being lazy right now and I don't feel like having to peel an entire guava. So I'm going to just chill right now. Eon's bean candy. It never existed. Alrighty then. Now we're out here spreading beans. Now we're out here talking shit. Now this. Now actually this. They'll be back. They know what they're doing. They know what this is about. They know what they've done.
You know, and even then, you don't really need to excuse it. He's getting jumped from all angles. What was he supposed to do?
What was he supposed to do? I don't know. Use that fucking Sage mode. You know, that Sage mode that he used to fight those other guys. Boston baked beans candy is crazy. That shit is actually went out of way to even go to another state. That is deplorable. That is deplorable behavior on all of your ends. You guys just want to hurt me. That's insane.
Like,
what did I do?
React in the last second and blitz all of them. It's not a series like that where he's just so far above the Bijou.
Gotta put it in the bean corner. That's what I'm saying.
All of them, even though they're slamming him around and jumping them. But he literally gets limbo and one shots them. So again, like that just low key proves durability is not the same as striking strength. But I don't know.
Is it the red bag or the blue bag of clusters? I got the red bag right now. I got a tiny little red bag. I got them for Halloween, but but nobody ever came here to trick or treat. I casually slimed the family of four type shit.
Maybe you could say like he's slamming Bijus. He's more powerful than a Bijou bomb physically. I might have to go back on that take about them not scaling to their attacks, but let me just move on.
He was capable of breaking through Gaara and the Shukaku's Grand Sand Mausoleum with a full-body Susanoo, but was hard blitzed by KCM2
Hard
Kurama
blitz.
Avatar
This was
Naruto.
he got slammed in the fucking back when he didn't
That's
even know
a hard
he was
blitz.
there.
Yeah,
He
hard
tailed
blitz.
Beast,
He got hard blitzed with Sage mode by KCM2 Naruto. He has Sage mode. You know, the thing that improves your fucking sensory abilities? The thing that lets you sense nature around you? Yeah, he got blitzed. That was a blitz right there. Why did he get caught off guard? Naruto and Jiraiya were fighting in the dark with their weak-ass Sage mode. Does Madara just have dog shit Sage mode? I don't know,
Tail
man.
Slam also destroyed his Susanoo and completely ripped off an arm. Madara gets away even more.
Okay. That is low-key a feat. I mean, the Bijou Tails mountain level?
They're not mountain level. When has a Bijou tail been mountain level? Besides the one full Ninetales statement from like the start of the fucking series. And even then that's half the Ninetales. Right, they blow up mountains. They only ever blow up mountains with tailed beast bombs, but I'm supposed to believe their tails are as powerful as that? Crazy. Absolutely insane.
I don't know. Moderate, less than mountain level? Yo, durability is hard to scale, honestly. Like, That's why I usually just focus on like AP and speed. But yeah, like his durability is all over the place.
Or injured. He also recognized during his monologue that he was in pain, albeit he didn't show any signs of physical pain, which alludes to a high pain tolerance. He uses
Fucking
Limbo
psych.
against the tailed beast, knocking
Fucking
all of them
psychotic.
away and downing them long enough to enchain them with the ghetto
Yo,
mob.
low key though, couldn't you just argue that you know he caught them off guard? So even if he is super strong, that they got caught off guard, so it's kind of a
Yes.
less.
Impressive feat,
Lesson.
yes, 100%. I agree with that 100%. They were caught off guard, and we know that in Naruto, your durability is way fucking less when you're caught off guard. It doesn't matter if you're like, wait a second, somebody's attacking us right now. Like, no, bro, none of them even remotely say, oh, there's something in the air. No, they all just got knocked back, bro.
Impressive feat, and if
Do you think Killingham could take on the whole Shinobi Alliance? I think Killingham could take on the whole Shinobi Alliance, and because some of these motherfuckers are afraid of Madara Uchiha, he can probably literally create a nightmare version of Madara Uchiha to fuck up the, as a matter of fact, not even just anybody. If Inoki is there, he can probably make a fucking nightmare version of Madara that then makes its own Susanoo, that then makes its own Susanoo shadow clones. Dude, Killingham is crazy. Like, Killingham is crazy. Kills his own subscribers for speaking the truth. This is going to this Xerdo article. What fucking truth was that? What fucking truth was that? You mean the truth where you're putting time out again? Crazy. Absolutely insane. Can put people in sleep paralysis in an instant. Dude, that shit is scary. Think about that for a second. Just think about it for a second. You could put anybody around you to sleep with nothing that they can do about it. And then you can just make giant indestructible, not indestructible, I guess, immortal constructs of their fucking nightmares. That shit is insane, bruh. That is actually wild that a fodder god knight can solo. I'm loving this Gotham glaze.
they were on guard, yo,
Limbo has enough strength to knock down half of Kurama and Gyuki, which are perfect Jinchuriki. Granted, this attack can be considered an off-guard moment since none of them could have braced themselves for it.
I even argued it! I even argued it! I'm so good.
One thing I also want to add is that Madara would most likely not use Izanagi while in this version because it could mean he loses his Rinnegan, as a result thereby most likely losing Limbo as well.
I mean,
I
hey,
do
bro,
think
if
he-
you're gonna die, I'm gonna take the get out of field. I'm gonna get to take. I can't speak. Why you guys
Gotham?
watch
I
me?
thought that shit
I'll take-
said, oh, it's Goat Ham. Goat Ham. Oh, I thought you were talking about, like, I guess Killing Goat would be better. Killing Goat would be better than, like, Goat Ham? Because I thought you meant, like, Gotham.
the get out of jail free card every time, but let me just get out of jail real quick, guys.
Bro is being read like a book years ago. Type shit. Type shit.
Any data book that anyone connected to the real world can't sense its presence. Kaido shouldn't be capable
At
of
least he didn't rat and say that observation hockey could sense.
No,
him.
I would never argue that.
sensing the Limbo clone even with observation haki, and the clone should be immune to any damage and have equal abilities to Madara. However, it will have to return to him after a time frame.
Does this happen to you guys? Where, like, okay. Is this like what not having YouTube Premium is like? And not to say like, haha, brokies, but like, that shit is annoying. Dude, you guys know how much YouTube I watch on a daily fucking basis? It's basically the only fucking streaming service I own. Dude, ads on YouTube suck. Holy shit. Yeah, but ad blocker, YouTube's been doing more and more shit for ad blockers, so you kind of gotta like fuck around with new ad blockers every single time. The logic of your argument of your video makes zero sense. Just because one verse is stronger than others doesn't make that the anime is worse. Just because it's fighting manga, Kaido has zero chance against Madara. When the fuck did I say this was ever about one anime being better than the other? If anything, I've said multiple times. If anything, I've said multiple fucking times that it's never been about either series being better than each other. I just think one guy misses the other. One guy misses, one guy beats the other. The fuck are you talking about, Ty? YouTube Premium is too strong. That's what I'm saying, dude. One Piece is closer to MHA. Bleach is closer to Dragon Ball. Naruto is in the middle. No, the fuck it is not. One Piece is, if anything, the closest to Dragon Ball in terms of power. Bleach is dog-ass weak, at least compared to what people seem to think. And Naruto is like the weakest of the big three by like a massive fucking amount, dude. Use Opera GX, bro, I guess. That actually does work too. Yeah, Bleach is weak as fuck. Bleach is like at best with like its tippity top tiers multi-planetary. There's no way I'm going before that because the entire context of the verse, its entire cosmology could literally be summed up in in 2 mini clips. You know what, guys? You know what, guys? You know what time it is. We have somebody here saying Bleach is a powerful verse. So let me go into why I personally believe that Bleach is a weak-ass, pee-pee-poo-poo baby-ass verse. Smiling friends, and you guys know where we're going with this. The Inspector. Yeah. Oh, God, I love this video. Wait, no, not this one. Where the fuck are we going with this? Hold on. So you see how these guys are like all flipping out and losing their shit? Yeah, you see this nail? This rusty old nail? Yeah, that's the Soul King. That is the fucking Soul King. If the Soul King isn't around, that's what happens to the whole verse. This happens because of the Soul King, bruh. Oh wait, what the fuck am I doing? Alright, we're back to
One
this.
thing I need to make very clear is that Madara's Limbo clones, even as the Ten-Tailed Jinchuriki, have never displayed the ability to use Jutsu. They have strict...
Why wouldn't they though?
Because they've
What?
never displayed the ability to use ninjutsu, and thereby, why the fuck wouldn't Madara ever have him use any ninjutsu then? If Madara has Limbo clones that can use ninjutsu, why then has every single interaction as far as the manga goes been the Limbo clones only performing taijutsu? Why would that be the case? Why do I have to believe that they can perform the jutsu?
Why wouldn't they though?
Why wouldn't they though? For the reasons that I just explained.
I mean, low-key, he's kind of cooking because all they ever do is throw hands. But
Yeah?
does he need them to use jutsu?
Yes, because he was losing to Naruto and Sasuke. Because he was objectively losing to Naruto and Sasuke. He had to run away to get a second Rinnegan. Why the fuck wouldn't he bring out 4 Limbo clones and still have them do taijutsu? That makes no fucking sense. Everyone pegs Madara to be this fucking genius, and I think he's a pretty fucking smart guy myself. Why the fuck wouldn't he just do that then? Is it the same reason to say, like, it's the same logic I'm using when I say that Madara can't make wood clone perfect Susanos. Because the motherfuckers quite literally never done it before. Why would I believe he can perform a full perfect Susanoo with Limbo clones? Why the fuck would Madara not fight Hashirama with full-bodied with perfect Susanoo Limbo clones?
I know in Naruto Storm games, which are obviously not canon, he'd be going crazy with the Limbo. Yo, whoever does the Naruto Storm games needs to actually write Naruto.
Dual ability may imply more towards physical capabilities, so I won't be considering any possible jutsu shenanigans from the Limbo clones unless he's used them already. I do think Madara's odds of winning increase drastically. Between the Limbo clones and...
Oh, word, low-key, like, what does Madara do if what does Kaido do if Madara just steals his soul in Limbo? Like, I know he said that Limbo shouldn't be able to use jutsu, but, like...
No, Kaido's too much of a top. Kaido's too much of a top, and Madara's too arrogant. Madara's too arrogant to let himself be a bottom, and there's no way he's ever going to be able to force his way up top Kaido. They just wouldn't be a cute couple. They're both too power hungry too. They need to be in control of their relationship. I don't even think they would be good partners. Why do you think Kaido only has a son and no wife to speak of? Motherfuckers would not make a cute couple at all. She would be terrible. YouTube is killing it with ads. You cannot go 3 minutes without it. YouTube, stop it. That's crazy. Please, Kishimoto, I need this. My eyes are kind of gone. I need another Sharingan type shit.
What is the 6 paths ability? What path is that? The Preta path? The Preta path's ability to steal souls is like a Rinnegan specific ability. So like, I genuinely don't know why the Limbo clone with the Rinnegan,
because the Limbo clones never use any Rinnegan abilities. Because the Limbo clones literally do not use any jutsu at all. Not beating the Gunnar allegations? What are you talking about? Can't tell if you're joking or not. Joking about what? Exactly.
exact same as Madara wouldn't be able to use it. Again, I think it's more of a case of Madara didn't need his clones to use the jutsu.
He didn't need his clones, right? He has 2 guys that can potentially stop him, and he's not even trying anything at this point.
Likely because it would waste chakra. Yes, like these characters also have a chakra supply too. So like he probably just deemed it unnecessary, not like impossible.
The possible win condition through the human path's soul-stealing jutsu, he now has both a win condition.
I asked ChatGPT, okay, appeal to ChatGPT. I had the same, like, it tell me the same thing.
Oh, that's
which is why,
awesome
like,
for-
I told
that's
you, Like,
awesome.
it depends on what you think.
I'm not gonna lie, more countries need to do that shit Vietnam's doing. Fuck
But I
ads.
found it, like, pretty convincing. If you don't think that they're light speed until 6 paths, then I would just say 6 paths Madara would be the one that beats Kaido, but it's weird. Yeah.
And a harder toolkit to deal with Kaido's Unga Bunga
Pray to
flames.
path is
That's what I'm saying. Like, either you think Madara's a fucking cocky ass idiot, because there's no way I'm gonna be convinced that he is both an extremely intelligent character. I don't even think Madara's fast enough to just hold Kaido long enough to snatch his soul. No, he's not. No, he doesn't meet any of the physical requirements to hold down Kaido, let alone speed blitz him and go straight for the soul. There's no way I would believe that. Under no facet of logic do I even remote, which is more likely to happen, Luffy defeating the entire Otsutsuki clan or Prime Naruto defeating the entire world government? Are you part of a Facebook group that posted that? Because I feel like I saw that today. Luffy is definitely curb stomping the entire Otsutsuki. There is nothing that those motherfuckers have that makes me believe they can beat Naruto. Luffy. As a matter of fact, I'm going to say this right now. I genuinely believe Kaguya gives Luffy a much tougher time than any of the other Otsutsuki. Like, genuinely. I think, and just because of Amino Minaka, just because she can drop him there. Because of that one ability, where she can just go, drop Luffy off in another dimension and then just disappear, I think that's the only way she beats Luffy. Otherwise, there's nothing. No, they don't have anything. They don't have the stats. They don't have the speed. Naruto is not taking on the entire world government, including Imu and the Gorosei, when he can't even take out an Edo Tensei without other shinobi using seals, bro. Even in Gear 5. Oh, I don't think Luffy needs Gear 5 to curb stomp the Otsutsuki. I really don't believe he needs Gear 5. Gear 4 with Advanced Conqueror's Haki is more than enough. It's just the only thing that Kaguya would do that could take down Luffy is Amino Minakaing him into another fucking dimension and just leaving him there. I'm not saying it's not impossible or it's something that you can't, you have to, like, ignore, because she kind of did do that to Sasuke. But she can't catch him off guard with any of her attacks. And as far as the ETSO goes, if she's going to reset the time space, Luffy just beats the shit out of her right there and there. Once Luffy figures out, if Luffy can figure, if One Piece Immortality is similar enough to Naruto Immortality where it just completely stops it, which I don't think is the case, at least as of now, as of what I've seen so far, Luffy clears the entire Naruto gauntlet. There's nothing in Naruto that I think beats him besides, like, maybe Shibai, and that's like a Otsutsuki god that apparently ascended a dimension. Like, at that point, I'm fine with that. You know what I mean? Naruto doesn't have a way of beating any of the Gorosei. What the fuck? Hey, what's up, Luca? How you doing, man? But anyway, that's basically that.
energy absorption. That's the human path. Then.
Hey, your video
Let me
reached
get on
100
my
views? That's
Naruto
lovely,
shit.
man.
I watch Naruto, guys.
Some will say
I don't believe you. I don't believe you. You just called this thing, by the way, you just called this form the Predapath. I don't believe you've watched. I believe that if you have watched Naruto, you've done all of your videos off of watching it one time when you grew up, and that was it. That's what your scaling sounds like to me. I don't mean to be offensive, but, like, this is why I've been doing, like, the entire read-through of Naruto to make Naruto versus... I don't want to get anything wrong, or at least I want to lower the margin of error for even small mistakes. I don't know, man. A lot of the shit that you've said is just, this doesn't matter, this doesn't matter, this doesn't matter, stamina doesn't matter, none of these feats matter, none of these things from Versus Battle Wiki matter. You're just saying shit, bro. Madara clears, like, that's all you've said, my guy.
Yeah.
And a harder toolkit to deal with Kaido's Unga Bunga
Pray to
flames.
path is energy absorption. That's the human path. Then, yeah. Let me get on my Naruto shit. I watch Naruto, guys.
Some will say Madara can drop a meteor or two on Kaido or create a forest with giant flowers to force him to lose consciousness. But
The meteors, like, if you calc them correctly, are genuinely only, like, city to mountain level max, I think. They're not anything super impressive. Like, I mean, fucking Anoki survives getting hit point blank by one, like, basically two, even though the one's initial force was stopped. Like, characters survive this shit all the time. So it's not necessarily that impressive in terms of AP. It's more so like an extremely destructive feat and like a crazy.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with essentially improving your ability to scale or like changing things up. I think that's fine if he's changing it up to like find a style that's more suitable for him or more logical for him. But the thing is that like he's just being very inconsistent with like his thoughts on the video on the reaction in and of itself. That's really just my issue with it. That like he's sitting here and he's basically saying like, oh, Madara was fighting blind. Bro, Madara could fight blind. What are you talking about, dude? Madara was blind right there. He got caught off guard. What the fuck, man?
and hype moment.
Either of these options will work. Madara can't use Tengai Shinsei because it's a jutsu that takes both the user and enemy out at the same time.
Appeal to ChatGPT saw. I mean, it is like people. I swear to God,
I
people
like
are
the way
too
Kishimoto
comfortable
draws
with
landscapes and buildings as an architect student. First of all, Copium, can I just say it's really cool that you're an architect student. Second of all, like, I've always had a thing for architecture. I love standing in buildings and just seeing how they look, just the way the pillars go up. I love seeing like all the tiny little details. But more so, Kishimoto's art style, and I've said this a lot of times on stream already, I love Kishimoto's art style the most. It is so fucking nice. I love the sense of scale that he gives things. He just never fucking gives us any way of actually quantifying them. As a writer, he just doesn't. But I love like especially the Hidden Rain Village. I don't really care for like, I love the aesthetic of it, even though it's not a place I would ever care to visit myself. But I do love like the pipe layouts. I do love the way he can just draw the hidden leaf. He's amazing at fucking creating just these massive landscapes. I like the Hidden Rain Village too, by the way. That one's also pretty cool. I like the cliffside buildings.
And like I asked ChatGPT,
And the incorporations
so
of like
I'm
the mountains and environment around each of the villages. I think that shit's so cool.
Kishimoto had input on the movesets too. Hey, Kishimoto made it canon that Madara can fuck niggas with clones and use like a bunch of Chibaku Tenseis. So yeah, this guy's not cooking. Kishimoto said he could do it. He's wrong. The video sucks. Nah, I'm just playing. Like, this is a really good video, Eon. If I sounded like I got like a little bit frustrated at any point, I'm trying to like entertain the chat. But yeah, this is a really good
Likewise.
video. Very
Likewise, my guy.
entertaining, and very like good with the retention. Wood release drains energy too, so that's a big issue for Kaido as well. No, it suppresses Biju chakra, like specifically. Kaido doesn't have chakra.
Time. Madara only
The
used it.
flower
Also just
pollen,
curious.
yo,
Hey, what's up, Han?
Niggas be
What's up, Han? Natsu versus Luffy. Apologies if I sound like I'm begging you support other smaller power scaling channel. The video Natsu versus Luffy. I'm gonna be so honest with you. I can check that out tomorrow. I'm gonna be streaming tomorrow on the earlier end, so I can definitely check it out then. I'll write it down. I'll check it out tomorrow. Let me do that for you real quick. Since I wouldn't mind supporting. Which one is it? Is it this one? Ooh, shit. Oh, what the fuck? By who? Is it by Demon and Archer? I could definitely check out at least one of them. These are like... Oh, okay. This person like making like a hype up time to turn the heat up, few gears for the next one. Oh, I see what they're doing. I see what they're doing. Okay. I'll check it out. Yeah, the one... Wait, no. Save to watch later. That's what we're gonna do. Oh, shit. Wait, no, I want to check out the... No! God damn it! Alright, I couldn't finish the review. I couldn't finish the thing. Damn it! This is what I get for being nice! It's fine. No! Wait, this video's unavailable. It's private? What the fuck? Natsu versus Luffy is private? What the fuck? This... Oh. Well, I guess Sage took out the reaction. No, it's fine. I guess Sage took out the reaction. It's fine. That's cool. I'll check it out tomorrow because I was planning on finishing it up and then going to eat. I haven't eaten all day. I had breakfast at like 11. I woke up really late today. I had breakfast at 11. I haven't eaten all day, so I'm just gonna go do that. Fuck me, I didn't make any rice. God damn it! Alright, let's just check out this Street Fighter Alex trailer. Why not? Yeah, cool. Big guy. Who did he get sent? Whoa, Alex looks cool. Cool, interesting, yeah. Wow. I do not play charge characters. That's so crazy. Well, immediately punished. It do be like that sometimes, guys. We won't be able to finish it. But, hey, I mean, listen. I do mean the things that I said, though. I do think that, like, and I don't know if Sage, again, is here or has checked any of this out or will watch it, but I do think that, like, a lot of his logic is inconsistent. Besides that, I mean, I wouldn't mind talking with the guy. I wouldn't mind having a chat with him, but I don't know, man. I really don't. Yeah, but I mean, I just shouldn't have left. I should have finished it. I really just don't think that Sage has actually watched One Piece. And I don't say this as like a One Piece guy saying, like, oh, well, it's a very long story, you know. I can't expect these Naruto fans to... No, it's not anything like that. It's more so just... I feel like this is just one of those situations where... man, I'm gonna be honest with you. From the thing, like, it just feels like, at least to me, that there's always an excuse for why One Piece isn't as strong. But it's like, well, Naruto characters are pretty fucking powerful, right? Like... I don't know, man. As someone who was, again, a Naruto glazer for a long time, like the longest time, and then just basically got up and said, all right, let me make my first Naruto versus One Piece video, and then I really started scaling One Piece, just realizing, holy shit, One Piece is a lot stronger than I fucking thought. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's kind of a tough pill to swallow. It's kind of a tough fucking pill to swallow. I'm not saying that he should probably change his mind or whatever, because honestly, I don't really give a shit. I think it's pretty crazy that he does think that One Piece caps out like island level, but like, sure, whatever. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, if I can consistently get characters to Continental, especially characters who are on a certain range to be Continental, I don't know, man. But whereas with another series, like, the best that they ever do is, like, mountain level shit, what the fuck am I supposed to tell you? No, you didn't ruin the stream. Han. You're fine. I think I got the gist of what that was. I'm glad I at least got to end it off on that little nice note with him, saying those nice things. It's cool. Don Jinjiao, am I a joke to you? Most people don't even understand that hockey crosses verses. That's a funny way of putting that. Naruto Glazers are too blind to nostalgia to scale properly. It do be like that sometimes, and I can say that you know how hard it was for me to like really sit here and like think, man, does like there was legitimately a point in time, especially when I first started putting out my content, where I legitimately thought that like KCM 2 Naruto was probably still too much for like Gear 5 Luffy. Like I wasn't thinking about how strong Gear 5 Luffy was, and I wasn't even thinking about how strong Gear 4 Luffy was. I was just like, yeah, it's probably like a really close. It was probably like a really close matchup. Also, something I really wish that it would have showed us in JJK is that, like, binding vows, specifically like what happens to someone if they break a binding vow. I would have loved to have seen that. It's not shocking. He thinks One Piece is only island. No, people literally think don't think continents exist on One Piece. Yeah. Hockey attacks the solo. I don't know about that. Yeah. It's not so much that. It's not about it's not about Naru. It's not about Naruto fans thinking that that because they like their series, they're the strongest. It's more so you like the series, therefore you want it to be the strongest. I mean, listen, I don't very much care for, like, I don't know, what's a series that is very powerful. Saint Seiya, or what's the other one? What's the other, like, really old one? What's the one with the girl that everyone says can beat Goku? Sailor Moon. I don't really care for those series. I haven't watched them since I was a fucking child and they were in Spanish dub. I'm not gonna sit here and fucking tell you that, like, oh yeah, you know, blah, 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 these years, there's no way that Sailor Moon, like, come on, bro, you think Sailor Moon can't be, like, she probably fucking curb stomps the entire verse itself down to the ground. I don't give a shit. I don't care if Naruto, as a matter of fact, when I made my scaling videos, I went with them with the thought that, like, I don't really care if Naruto's stronger than, like, One Piece. I thought that Naruto was stronger than One Piece. I was sitting here thinking, yeah, I don't really care if they are. I think I can just make some entertaining content. And then, hey, I just ended up realizing, holy shit, the verse that I've kind of grown more fond of just so happened to be strong. That's a nice feeling, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't fucking matter at the end of the day. Want the same thing for the reverse? Yeah. Honestly, I'll love a Freyren versus Sukuna video. You know what? I've been definitely thinking about checking out Freyren at some point. I've definitely thought about of checking it out. I don't think that might be a bad idea, depending on like where Freyren scales as far as the anime goes. I'm not gonna start reading manga, at least for that yet. I feel like a series really has to like grasp me by the balls if I'm gonna start to like really read through it. I think the only series that like ever really had me to the point where I'm like, I must read this, I must know what happens next, is fucking what's it called? JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 7. Holy shit. I read through all of Part 7 in 3 fucking days, bro. Like just straight up stayed up at night just reading on my phone, bro. Just flicking through. I couldn't even tell what the fuck was happening on screen because I was reading it black and white, and Araki's art style looks terrible in black and white. Holy shit. Damn, that fight was funny as fuck, dude. It was expressive. Dude, I saw this video. This shit is so funny. Listen, I'm not gonna sit here and say like listen, I don't want to make enemies of like the red pill community or the manosphere, none of that bullshit, but like seeing Andrew Tate, I don't believe in karma. I want to say this. I want to be so clear about this. I do not believe in karma. I do not believe in most things. But seeing Andrew Tate get his ass fucking beat on ring by a guy who I found out through another video is apparently a dog shit ass boxer, would beat my ass either way, but still not the best boxer. They just showed some clips out of context. I don't know. Seeing his ass get beat by that guy and then go on a rant about how God wanted him to lose and how the other guy must have just needed it more or some shit, bro. That shit was fucking peak. There is something about that makes the best, funniest little tickling chemicals flow throughout my brain. It is fucking peak media, man. Rats have a slap fight? What is this? Rats? Oh, all right. Well, I'm out $20. All right, fuck it. Shanks and Shamrock. Type shit. They're both fucking rats. Type shit. I love that, actually. I love that. What is this? I get the problem. He just needs more techniques, and he was given a stronger, better one too late in the series. Given that his only proper sword was Soul King's Talons, that looks to be why. He has all these powers now unveiled to be from the 4 major superpowers, but never given any much direction with it, or more specifically, just having no other technique. Rather than him being dumb, he's just making most out of what he has. All he had was Getsu Potential. He didn't even have Blood Ven, had no idea how to use his Quincy powers. Ichigo's potential to learn newer techniques is large, but no one really has taught him anything. Yoruichi taught him how to move, but that's about it in general. Yeah, that gets a hard for me. But yeah, Tate is definitely one of those people that I am willing to say, because he is a terrible human being. He is a chode. He can actually go fuck himself. And just in general, though, with like that whole thing, I just feel like the universe sort of like heals itself. Like, there are actual consequences that are eventually going to come to people, and Andrew Tate getting punched in the fucking face was just every decision that had led him in life up until that point. I don't know, but that makes me feel better. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to watch some yummy gameplay, and then I'm going to probably just make some food. Andrew Tate versus Jake Paul. Yeah, those two were fantastic. Although I don't really have much of a reason to hate Jake Paul. Just the fact that he is Logan Paul's brother. But anyway, guys, it's been good. I'm going to probably do it tomorrow. I'm going to probably do another one of these streams tomorrow. I don't know how long I'll be. But real talk, why don't you like beans? They're a broadened type of vegetable. Do you hate all types? It's not a literal hatred of beans like the actual food. It's more so just a bit. I guess me saying I don't eat beans has kind of taken it to itself of people believing I actually, have never tried beans in my life. Not saying that I have, but, just saying, I guess it does give that idea, because I've been asked this a lot of times already. I don't know. It's just part of the bit. And I guess, and no funny shit, the bit has kind of gotten to the point where I genuinely have not eaten beans in a very, 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 very long time. Like, I never said, okay, Lapis Lasers, you eat beans. How about that? You eat beans. But anyway, it's a bit for the most part. I mean, it has to be, right? I don't think the shit would be normal, but even my girlfriend at one point, she was trying to offer me some of her like, I think she got like a black bean burger from like a vegan place. She was like, "Do I want to try?" And she asked me if I wanted to try some, and I had to like just give her an entire lore drop on why I can't have that.
on why I can't eat it at all. She was like, "That's ridiculous." I said, "Yeah, but I can't let anyone ever find out that like I've ever even tasted anything." So like, yeah, no. There's just no way I can have that. She was like, "But no one's saying it." I'm like, "Yeah, but I can't even have the possibility of it being a case be a thing." You know what I mean? I don't eat beans. That's the bit. Does your girlfriend watch your videos? She does. She's very supportive. Bro, like Sanji, his gag turned real. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I quite literally have not tried beans just for the simple and you know what's crazy? My boys and I, we've gone to like I think like last time we like hung out outside, we were like at a Dave and Buster's. One of my boys just ordered some nachos, and the entire time I'm just sitting there and I'm like watching them just scoop up the nachos and I'm like, no, I don't want to have any bros. And at some point where we're like, I was like, gotcha 4K right there, mad photos of these two eating their nachos covered in beans type shit, bro. Took me years, but oh man, it was satisfying. That shit was last year. Dude, it took like 5-6 years to catch those motherfuckers eating beans, bro. That shit was crazy. But yeah, can never catch myself lacking though. It's gotten that bad. I am that committed to the bit. What the fuck is this? A kung fu? No, I'm not watching this. Definitely not watching that. Gotta go. Have a good one, Eon. Sucks that Sage has made his video private. Yeah, it sucks, man, but it do be like that. I'll leave you guys. Not much else to say. Wait. Ratch clenches fists with a fit of rage? Oh. Clenches fist of rage? Oh. Oh, let's see this. Dude, I don't even like rats. What the fuck? That's actually kind of peak. Anyway, I'll leave you guys. Have a good one. Peace out. Guys, by the way, one last thing. Please drink your water. Please brush your teeth. Take care of yourselves. Just take care of yourselves and just be nice people all around, you know? I get that sometimes people are annoying, but like, everybody out there is probably having a bad day. No reason to make it worse. You know what I mean? Have a good one, and, you know, just take care of others and treat people with respect, or at least those are around you, man. But yeah, have a good one, guys. Peace out. I will be definitely streaming tomorrow early. Have a nice day. They'll tell you what to do? All right. Fine. Shit.